Okay. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Bel Air. Greetings from Bel Air, Maryland. Good to see everyone. Brother Tony, good to see you. Mr. John Barilla, good to see you. Auntie Lean, Fumi, all the heroes. It's a beautiful day here in Bel Air, Maryland. As you all know, we've been talking about the superiority of on-passive this past weekend. So we're going to continue in that light, I believe. By the way, my name is Bob Takusi, and I'm your friend. And we are saying this, we are using this line now because we want to emulate our founder, Mr. Ash Mufare. You know, for the past year, every time that he comes to speak to us, he starts by saying that my name is Ash Mufare and I'm your friend. That's a very powerful statement. That's a superior statement to make, actually. That's a statement from someone who has only nothing but love in his heart. And it's a disarming statement. When you come to a forum where you are very mindful that maybe there might be some people who does not share same values or might have ulterior motives, and you say, my name is Ash Mufara, I'm your friend, you disarm your opponents. So that's the reason why we've decided to adopt Mr. Ash Mufara's approach. So we are talking today about the superiority or the ultra superiority of on-passive. That's going to be our focus for this session. As you all know, we, the Tech Pro, we have a slogan, SSS. We believe that on-passive is superior. We believe that on-passive is sophisticated. We believe that on-passive is secure. Looking at it from the outside and with the less than 10% that we know. But superiority, I might say, encompasses the sophistication and the security of on-passive. So we're going to discuss on-passive superiority from a broad perspective. We're going to look at it from the founder perspective, the founder of on-passive, the man who is our founder, our CEO. We're going to look at this superiority from that angle. We're going to look at the superiority of on-passive from her product perspective. We're going to look at it from our employee, our humanity, from our employee, the people who are working for us, our partners, from that perspective. We're going to look at it from a logistics and other offices and stuff like that perspective. So we're looking at on-passive from a superiority standpoint very broadly. So let me start by our founder, the founder of on-passive, Ash Mufare. He comes in with the right experience, what I call the requisite credentials. Don't take my word for it, guys. Please don't take my word for it. Do your own little due diligence. Find out who Ash Mufara is from an academic perspective. He comes as a master of his field, both sides, from the IT side and from the marketing side. Those are two wonderful, amazing combinations to blend to come out with a product like on-passive. He has the right experience. He comes in to bring this on-passive to the world with decades of experience. He has it. He has the experience. He has done a few things. He has failed in some. He has succeeded in some. So he brings that experience and he's about to share his gift to all of us around the world. We are now so far 1.455793 founders, customers, and potential resellers. That is the superiority of on-passive. It's also financially very viable. On-passive is not starting from as a project at a class in Harvard. No. Neither is it struggling from a garage somewhere. No, on-passive is not. Our founder is viable. This guy is a rich guy. Remember that on-passive is self-funded. He has been funding and paying for on-passive for the past 4 years from his own pocket. So he's not struggling. That is why he's able to give this much value to on-passive, to make on-passive superior. And he can take his time. We are not struggling to get funds to get it off the ground. No. So that makes OnPassive superior. That brings the most superior product that the world has ever seen to the market. OnPassive by her founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. So he brings the right experience, he brings the right knowledge to the table. Her superiority is also in her products. The products that we are delivering, that OnPassive is bringing, all the entire products in our ecosystem. And fellow heroes and OnPassivians, and even the guests who are here tonight, we are not saying this, we are saying this, the four of us who are going to speak tonight on this subject, we are saying it from the inside the industry. We are saying this with almost a combined 90 years experience. We are using these products currently as we speak. We are using a variation of these products. So we can see what we have inside the market right now in contrast with what OnPassive is bringing. And we're telling you confidently that is total night and day between what OnPassive is bringing to the market and what is currently inside the industry. Our products are built from scratch, from the ground up with artificial intelligence. Yes, artificial intelligence has been around for a long time, since the 50s and mid to late 50s, you know, but it is only around maybe 2010, 2011 where AI became prevalent, where we started seeing research, a lot of effort was being put in artificial intelligence. But Mr. Mufareh has taken it, like my brother Oliver says, to the next level. We are building everything from scratch. We come in from a superior vantage position. We're building it from scratch. Our products are integrated. They can talk to each other. And they are automated. You know? So then we also have what we call the single sign-on. So you can come in, get your package, whatever you can afford within our OnPassive ecosystem. As you integrate it in your own system, you don't need to get in and out, struggling to sign out, sign in, sign out. You just glide from one application to another. So they are automated from scratch, they are built from scratch, automated, they are integrated, and they're built with artificial intelligence all the way up, from top to bottom. It's a plug and play system that does everything for you by itself. I know my brother Collins is going to talk about some products, but let me just flash a couple. That's always at the front of my mind. We have our O-Connect. O-Connect, our own version of the video conference. In the industry right now, those of us who are in the industry and most companies, the predominant video conference platforms that are being used are Cisco WebEx. It's something called WebEx. It's made by Cisco, and Teams, made by Microsoft Teams. Those are the two prevalent video conference platforms that all of us here, I believe, we use. I use both of them every day. And I speak to Oliver from Monday through Friday. We talk maybe like 5-6 times a day. Every time I'm crying to him, what I see, there is no match between OnPassive O-Connect and what Cisco and Microsoft Teams, what they bring. There's no match. Just a couple of features that we have. The dual screen sharing that we're bringing does not exist. It doesn't exist. So you can share your screen simultaneously with someone. As you're talking, you're having a meeting, you can share your screen, the other party can share her screen. A lot of things are going to be happening just with that one feature. A lot of things are going to be happening. O-Chat is another one. O-Chat, to me personally, O-Chat is the most significant product. Every one of our products are above the market value. They're going to be above the market. With O-Chat, when everything is said and done, and the system is in full blast, remember this, O-Chat is the guy for us, especially those of us who are founders. O-Chat is the guy, is that virtual employee that you have. that is working for you. The Orchard is the reason why Mr. Ash is saying that there's going to be a day that you, before you go to bed, you check your back office, you check your account, your wallet, you go to sleep, you wake up, come back in the morning, you check it again, you run outside naked. Something has been happening in the system. Your customers have been coming into your system and something has been happening. Someone has been working for you to make sure you have your credit account and everything that you need. It is Orchard. Orchard is the actual automation of OnPassive. Very sophisticated product. Sophisticated. But my brother Collins is going to talk more about it. So our products are superior. There is no match with what OnPassive is bringing, each and every one of them. I hope someday we're going to decide and start taking products and just bringing one after another and breaking it down to all the founders. The products are the sacred weapon of OnPassive. We are bringing to the world the most superior products that they've ever seen in every area. Let's talk about our partners, our employees, their superiority. Ash Mufara goes out for the best. He goes for the best. Our partners, our employees in Hyderabad, they have decades of experience. I mean, real experience, and they're also, most of them, as I've heard, have masters and PhDs. Those are the people working for us, masters degrees and PhDs. They have the superior qualification to handle or to build these products, and they have the experience, you know. And Mr. Ash creates the environment for them. You know, the beauty about Ash Mufara is he's liberal. He creates this environment and then he unleashes them. And now they can make their imagination go to work and bring it to reality to us. And that's what is happening. Ash Mufara is even going out of his way to identify partners or employees who are overperforming and giving them the raise, doubling their salary on the spot, arbitrary decisions. And by doing so, unleashing the potential of these guys to actually bring new solutions, new innovative ideas on the table instantly. That is what a superior leader does. To acknowledge the superiority of our partners, employees, what does he do? Every month, he gives a car. Please, does anyone know any company that does that? He gives cars, laptops, iPhones, scooters, encourages them. I think they have food. They also have food, lunch, things like that. You know, what company does that? And remember, guys, we haven't launched yet. We haven't launched yet. The superiority of our company can also be demonstrated through our various locations, various offices, logistics. Remember, Mr. Ash started OnPassive, by the grace of God, you conceive something, you have this big idea, and you don't know where things are going to go, what direction, left or right. But a company that had the talent that Ash Mufara was looking for initially, in this town, I think it's called Calcutta. That company was folding, but they had the talent that Ash needed. He acquired them, but he immediately moved to Bangalore, where they had 2 floors with about somewhere around 200 employees. But our OnPassive has been in an upward trajectory since then. What did we do after Bangalore? We now moved and acquired our own building, the 6-story building that we all see in Hyderabad, with now almost 1,000 employees. 1,000 employees. And then Singapore. After Singapore, at the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, the world's tallest building, the highest floor 151. There's no other office that's higher than OnPassive. That is projecting superiority implicitly. You don't have to say it. That is what Ash Mufara is doing with all these acquisitions. And we also have, there's something in the work, as we've heard, at the DIC, Dubai Internet City, which is in Abu Dhabi. It's coming up, another massive building is being arranged as we speak. You know, so looking at it overall and mindful that we have not launched yet. This is superiority at another level. Last week, Mr. Arch gave us a hint, again, about our superiority when he told us that we can make payments in 196 countries. I am a security and risk analyst, governance, risk, and compliance analyst. When he said that, it gave me a clue of the superiority of OnPassive. Does anyone know any company that has launched and can make payments immediately to 196 countries in 120 currencies and has 6 merchants that are disbursing the payments? Never before seen. But it also told us that we are in compliance with those countries. Every single country, even the ones in Africa, all over the world, Papua New Guinea, all these, they have their own, rules and regulations. They have their own compliance requirements. So we must give a hand of applause to our lawyers, the lawyers who are out there making sure OnPassive is in compliance with all these countries. That is what that statement by Mr. Ash told me. But I may add by saying that when he talked about merchants, the 6 merchants that are also going to be processing our payments, I know these merchants. I have reviewed some of them, their security policies and controls. They will not engage with you unless they can verify their security posture. They can verify that you have the right security controls in place, because both parties, both systems connect, both interfaces, systems, they will touch each other and they transmit data across each other. So they have to make sure that they avoid risk. And by doing so, they check to make sure you have the right security, you have all the security controls to protect their data. Everybody wants to protect each other before they sign those agreements. So we must give a thumbs up to Mr. Ash for being able to, that is superiority. Tell me which company goes out, starts at this level. But not only that, he's also building our own financial structure in place in case of any, unforeseen. That is making assurance double sure. Superiority, guys. And I said that the paradox of OnPassive is her superiority. The paradox of OnPassive is her superiority. Because OnPassive is superior. The products are superior. What we are bringing is superior. The value is superior to anything above market value. That is the same reason why we're able to bring our prices low enough for every company, every business to afford. Mr. Ashe is for every business, big and small. For all businesses, big and small. Equal opportunity for all, big or small. That's OnPassive. And lastly, guys, the reason OnPassive is superior, our founder is superior, is that I believe there's a higher power that is guiding us. There's a higher power that is guiding Ash Mufara. It is not a mistake. It is not by chance. There's a supreme being that is surrounding Mr. Ash and us, because he has attracted only those who can come to OnPassive that have his same mindset. When your natural predisposition is to give, when who you are, when at the core is to help, to uplift, that higher power recognizes that and makes you see OnPassive. That is what is happening. That is why we are superior. I'll send it back to you, Anteline.
Beautiful presentation. And yes, OnPassive is superior in so many aspects. It's pretty much mind-blowing. You know, it's not just the costs, the value of OnPassive, but so much more. And we're going to hear about the superior value of OnPassive in terms of its products from Collins Mana. Go ahead, Collins.
Thank you, Lynn. Just want to greet my OTech Pro brother. I'll greet everyone here. Tony Mong, Andy, Corina, Oliver, you have John Barelli. No, sorry, it's just a lot of names. You guys are great leaders. You guys are really great, and you're doing wonderful job for OnPassive. So what we're looking at, as Bob just said, is the superiority of OnPassive. Why OnPassive is superior than any other company? It is massive, really massive. And if you are a founder here, you still have like the mentality of something else. This is a time, this is a wake-up call for you to know that you are in something great, something bigger than your imagination. There is no IT company that will give a founding position because they know that will make a lot of money. It's just there for the board of shareholders, who make their money, have private jet, live the type of life they want. And we are the one paying their bills because they build it for people like you and I. And when we go crazy on the software, like for instance, let me say Facebook, we go crazy, right? We go crazy on TikTok. People post terrible things. They do what they insult each other. But do you know what? What they will say, go ahead, insult everybody. We are making our money. They clap for you. I say, well done. And that is what the human brain and the human mind has been said, to accomplish something, to do something crazy. So they are always ahead of the game. And they'll be sitting looking at their bank account while you are there insulting your brothers and sisters on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube. That is what the application was built for. You are the one footing their bills using these applications. And you know what? They will go back and tell their engineer, can you add more functionalities? Something massive, something disruptive. So no, we use it and we will make more money and become richer and richer and richer and richer and richer. And the whole world is going down, down, down. You use it and you foot their bills. Now we are talking about OnPassive, a level playing field, a clean business, which Mr. Ash Mufara have done, not only for himself and his family, but for humanity. There are webinars, I've said this a couple of times. I said, if it was because of putting money in our pocket, 1.5 million founders, Mr. Ash Mufara wouldn't have done this because he said, I want to fill your tank. I want to fill your pocket so you can have access to bless others. I want you to replicate what I've done for you. I call you to serve, to do something for humanity. So when you look back, you said, I've done my part. Whatever you have in your heart, OnPassive is there for you. Let us look at the superiority. The only thing I always said, timing is the key. Timing of OnPassive is the key. When we look at the latest technology now, it's because of the time. Our CEO came on Monday, talk about Visual Basic. Visual Basic is VB script. It's a scripting language, a language which the developers or the IT engineer use to build a software, the software that we use every day. He said something, he said, if you are still living in that era without upgrading, you can have all those knowledge and skills, but what will happen? You are outdated. They call it in IT language obsolete. You are a legacy person, means you are just like the pass of time. If you don't go move by technology, technology will leave you behind because we are in the era of technology. This is superiority. We talk about the engineers, as our brother Bob said. Those who are building the software, they are all upgraded. And there's also a department to upskill within OnPassive. It means OnPassive will never stay where it is. They will always move forward. I talk about dynamic code. Most of the time when they used to write code using Visual Basic and other software, we call it in IT hard-coded. It means if I code it to Corina or Andy, nobody can change it. It means if things move ahead, that is it. You cannot change it. But we have a software template with all the latest technology we have, where you can configure it. It means you can build one software where multiple users can use it. I can decide to build a software today, and I said hospital will use it, airlines will use it. That's what they call dynamic and configuration within the software. Means I can change it the way I want. And this is where OnPassive is standing. Timing is the key. That is the superiority of OnPassive. Timing is the key. It means we will never be behind. It means things will move forward because our software is not hard-coded. It is configured to suit the time. It is timing. Timing is the key. We're talking about latest code. We're talking about JavaScript, Angular. I can name them. I know some of you are not tech guys, but those who are techie, they know what I'm talking. Because within this template we have, the code we have, latest technology, you can build whatever you have. And that is why we have latest artificial intelligence built from scratch using this technology. Timing is the key. Timing is the key. The people who are in this industry, they know timing is the key. And that's why Mr. Alpha is looking for the best brain. You want to talk about the database structure? It's timing. We're talking about Oracle and SQL. That is it. Those days, I don't know what they were using. Maybe it was a spreadsheet. We're talking about Oracle and SQL, and it's always upgrading and upgrading. Vincent will talk about that. We're talking about security. At that time, there was not much security. We're talking about security expert, Bob and Oliver. They are there. This is the key, and this is where OnPassive is going. The era of technology. This is the masterpiece of technology. Let's dive deep in ourselves where people look at OnPassive as, uniform company. I want to break it down. We have all the products there. There are a standalone product and a standalone company. Put all mail away. You compare it with what? Gmail, Yahoo Mail, AOL, all of those. They are separate company, multi-billion-dollar company. All mail alone can foot our bills. The founders, 1.something million founders, can foot our bill. Last time I looked at the return of investment of Yahoo Mail, 9.83 billion US dollars they made. Go and look, Google it, check it. Last year, Yahoo Mail alone. What about Gmail? And we're talking about the best of the best email, spam-free, interface connected. Sometimes we tell people, go and look at your calendar. You have too many pop-ups. Now we're talking about save of time. OnPassive is coming to save your time, because when everything is in one place, what happened? Time factor is it. People want to do their business. Those who are fast moving, like Mr. Ashbufara, he thinks about time, because time factor is one of the things that people lost a lot of money. Logging into several application, or you click on one application and it gives you several pop-ups. Most of the people, CEOs, they want single click and single pop-up. Click, pop-up, do my job, click another screen, fold, and I see what is in front of me. This is what OnPassive, that is the superiority, the superiority of OnPassive. We're talking about what? Disruptive technology, disruptive functionalities. Functionalities that will turn the world, flip the world upside down. We have seen that a lot. And most of the tech guys here, they've played with this system, not what is in onpassive.com, because onpassive.com is the functionality. You can read it, yes, good, understand it. But when we look at it physically, we know what is in there. And sometimes we talk about ourselves, we say the day will come to split down OnPassive and look at other products. I'm telling you, tears will run down from your eyes. That what Mr. Ashbufara and the CEO have done is massive. Using AI, no company have integrated, web application together. We're talking about web applications. When you go online and you search, that is web applications. Only Microsoft have done the Microsoft package. All of you know, you use laptop, you go, you buy a laptop. They say, oh, you don't have Microsoft, you don't have Word, you don't have, that's the package. OnPassive is coming to put web application together with single sign-on, as our brother Bob said. Single sign-on is the key. When you sign on, time factor is one. You save time, you save money, and then you can do your job. A lot of application, what do? You spend time logging into several applications to do a single job for 15 minutes. OnPassive is coming to cut down that time frame to save you to do your job for 15 minutes, rather than log into a lot of applications and your director will come and say, you have been wasting time. Why have you not done this paper? Why have you not done this? I waste my time. I've been logging to this and this and forgot my password. Remember, password, a lot of people cannot memorize a lot of password in their head. Now we're having single sign-on in a bundle and you are there integrated. Look at all staff. Look at all blessed. That is the crown of OnPassive, where you get everything. Customer will come, millions of customer crowdfunding application. People always misunderstand Obless. Obless is a software, it's our application. The only company, IT company, who has Obless. Last time we present Obless, and there was a topic we said there, the OTech Pro. When you come, you use all this application, and when you are coming out, check out, and there's somebody standing there and said, please give $1 to help humanity. Give $1. That is Obless, where not only the founder will contribute, but the users, the customers will chop in. You know, I've been in a fundraiser in UK where somebody give £1 million. There are people who has a lot of money. They don't know where to put it because they don't want to put it where other company will say, oh, I'm giving it, I'm doing it for charity, and they go and they milk them out of the money. They want to give 100% of that money to help humanity in UK. Now they will come to Obless because 100% will go. I, for one, I like to help children in need. You know, I want to help, you know, the elderly. I know Obless will be there for me to bless people, to take care of elderly in care homes, you know, cancer research. That's where I'm standing. To look at all of those things that can bless humanity. Obless is there. It's a product that will bring money into OnPassive because it's a product. And that's the crown of OnPassive as a product. Everything will go breakdowns, you know, seamlessly for you to know how much you contribute and what has been given. Your account will be mapped into that. That is Obless for us. The only IT company on this planet Earth. Microsoft don't have it. You know, Amazon don't have it. Look at it, Tesla, they don't have it. OnPassive was built in the heart of humanity by Mr. Ash Mufara because he said, how can I create or replicate 1 million Mother Teresa we have it in our arsenal? So I will leave it there. I'll give it to Auntie Lynn. Take it over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Collins. That was outstanding. Appreciate it. Next, we go on to Vincent. Vincent's going to tell us about data, databases, and data centers. Take the floor, Vincent. Are you available, Vincent?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yes, sorry. Hello, Auntie Lynn. Hello to all OTech Pro brothers. Hello to them. Hello to all the heroes, all the hero leaders. I know they are all here. Hello to you there. And also hello to all the LC members here, all the great leaders. We say hello to you as well. Hello to all the participants here and those who are watching us from YouTube. Hello to you. I'm Vincent Ete. I'm your friend. This is the slogan, our leader. Anytime we come to roundtable, this is how he used to present himself. So today we're talking about superiority of OnPassive. So to show that OnPassive is a great company and is superior than those companies out there. So today I will talk about the data center, starting from the data. What is the data? The database, the server, and the data center, the relationship between those technologies, so that I don't bring a lot of confusion to people. So when we talk about the data, but today, because of the time, I will quickly go to the key points, and then maybe at that time we can make some video to explain much more better to people to understand better. So the data, the data can be defined as a systematic record of a particular quantity. So when we talk about the data, is the record. So we talk about the personal data. We can have a personal data like a name, date of birth, identity, numbers, bank details, email address, including even IP, physical address. They are also personal data. Even when you're using location address, like your IP address also is also classified as a personal data. And then online identifier is a personal data. So when we're talking about the data, data is a systematic record. So it's the record, even if you put your name down there, your date of birth, your email, all this is data. So when we do the database also is the systematic collection of the data. So when you get the data there, and then you collect all the data together, it's also become the database. So the database also support the storage, manipulation, and also the data manipulation. So the database make the data manipulation easy. So we use the database so that the database make the data manipulation easy. So we use the database to search name. We use the database to build a folder. So when you use the database to build a folder of the data, so when you want to get information, like you want to search Antilina email address, I want to query the database to find out her email address, we go to the database. So the database is the system. Most of the data is all the data is inside the database. So this is what make the database. So when we give an example of online telephone directory, we use a database. So you know, even the electricity company, they use the database to build the customers. So when we receive our bills from electricity company, even the gas company, they use the database to do that, because all the data, the data of multiple people inside become the database. So this is the reason. And then make the database, make that system easy for for them to manage the data, because the data has multiple information of people inside. So when we put it together, it becomes the database. So we use that to make the information, the management of the data, make more easy. So that's why we use the database. So the database also reside inside the server. So the server is like computers used to store and manage databases and then all the information. So if, let's say, you want to query any information inside you want to query any information in the database, use the database to query the information. The database send the information to the server, and then when the server get the information, the server return back to the client computers. So the client computers, they are connecting to the server. So server is a big machine. They are sitting inside the data center. So when you want any information, it's the server the information go to the server, and then the server bring the information back to our devices. It could be your laptop, your desktop computer, it could be smart, all the smart devices, even your mobile phone. This is all the information we request it goes to the server, and then the server bring it back to us. And then the server also live inside the data center, because when we talk about the data center, it's like data center is a facility, is a bigger facility where let's say centralized an organization, IP share, operation, and IT equipment. So this is how the data center is a big house, big facility where all the IT system is inside there. It could be servers, like I mentioned just now, the backup devices, cables, all the cooling machine, everything, they are inside the data center. So this is make the data center. So I will talk about a few things about the data center. So the data center, the key point of on-passive, what make on-passive data center the best data center in the world, because our data center is a multi-region data center. This is one key point. Our data center also is a hybrid. We have on-premises, and then we have a cloud in our data center. On-passive data center, us 1 billion customers, not 1 million, but 1 billion customers. And passive, our data center is full automate. So we have automation in our data center. And then one big technology, the latest technology, is artificial intelligence. Our artificial intelligence is powered by our data center. So this afternoon, I know someone sending me a message requesting for laser technology. So if the person is here, I will say yes, because our data center, we have also laser technology for on-passive. The laser technology, the guys say it boosts the internet connection. So you want to find out if we have that. So I reply to you today now, we have that. And then it will also help, like you said in that message you sent me, to boost the internet connection for those who are living in a poor area where the internet connection is poor, they cannot receive the information properly as the way they want. We have that, the laser technology. On passive, we have that. That to tell you that we have all the latest technology. And then connect to your OVirtual. OVirtual is our VPN, virtual private network. So if you want to connect to on passive, your back office, even our website, and then you connect OVirtual, if you're whatever you are, and then your internet connection is not good, with the OVirtual, it will boost the internet connection for you, and then your connection will be good. So this is the powerful of on passive. So we have that technology as well. And then we also have artificial intelligence for the performance of the database. So we have a better security system, but when it comes to security, I don't want to go inside because my brother Oliver here is a security expert. He will talk about the security side of our data center. So this is mostly security tied to our data center. And then we have also advantages or benefits of having all this data center. Even we have all the technologies there, but also they have a very big opportunity advantages for our data center. So to tell you that Mr. Ash Mufara, our CEO, have done a great job with the guy in Hyderabad, all the good engineers, they have done a very good job. So to show you again that our data center is increased productivity, and then the data center have also redundancy. We have a redundancy and flexibility for our data center. So our data center support business continuity and also disaster recovery plan. The disaster recovery, that means by mistake, if I delay something or anything happened to your system, your application in our data center, within few minutes or few seconds, we can recover the information for you, and then it's like nothing happened to your system before. So we have also security is there. We have a powerful performance for our data center. We have also energy, all the energy banks, energy system on treated power supply. We have that as well in our data center. So anything happen, power outage, our data center will no interruption, zero downtime, and then the database, our system can replicate. So profitability, we have the good profitability we're using our data center. Scalability, so you can scale up, scale down. So this is one of the advantage of our data center. And then low latency as well. When you go to you are part of our data center, all your system, low latency is the plus. And then on top of all these technologies and all these advantages of the data center, you might think also that the data center is very costly. No, it's not costing. So our data center will build it ideally for businesses looking for economical solution. So if you have a business or you're looking for economical solution, on passive is the best place to go. On passive is the best place to looking for solution. From your data center for all our digital application, we have everything there is the economical solution. So thank you. I'll leave it there, Angeline.
Excellent presentation, and it keeps it very simple. You know, for those who don't know what a data center is, now they know, and they know from the very basics about what data is, all the way up to what a data center encompasses. So we thank you for that really clear presentation. Now we go on to Oliver, who's going to give a concluding presentation. Go ahead, Oliver Fonte.
Yeah, hi everybody. I want to thank everybody that are here today. I want to thank from Bob, Collins, Vincent, wonderful presentation. And you guys nailed it on how superior OnPassive is. And I want to take also this time to thank one of our good founders that he has been working behind the scene for us, Sampath Pedal from India. Thank you, Sampath. You've been doing a good job for us. And I want to say thank you, bro. And John Barrera, I want to say thank you for doing a wonderful job helping us here. Bimos is here in the house. Madi Degamo, I want to say thank you also, big bro, for helping us. And let me say the superiority of OnPassive. OnPassive is not only superior in products, it's disruptive. Above all the products are above market value with innovative futures. Let me say this. Being in the industry, like my brother Bob, Collins, Vincent, they've said, as they mentioned, there is no company out there, no tech company out there that can match us. The CEO said that it's 3 years, we are ahead, three years ahead. I would say we are more than ×3. Because by the time they want to come out with any product with AI from scratch, they have to bring down their whole system to start it from zero, to start mounting it, start building it from zero with AI. Or what they do now is patching. And when you patch, when you get to a certain limit, you can't continue, or your whole system will be down. That is the superiority of OnPassive. That's why I say we are ×3 what the CEO said. I would say ×3. The CEO said we are 3 years ahead of them. I would say ×3. That's 9 years ahead of any other company out there when it comes to our products. And when it comes to anything OnPassive product, or anything from physical, digital, or whatever. When you want to talk about superiority, like my brother Bob also said, we didn't start from in a dormitory, in school, in the college, or from the garage. We have Burj Khalifa, 2 floors, not an office in that floor, 2 floors, all the floors, but above cloud, with one other building coming up, still in Dubai, in their Silicon City. Look at Hyderabad, building where our tech guys are. Look at Singapore. We are superior, and we go for the value also, and the milestones that we got. Look at our website. Every Mondays, we have new website. They're building our website, preparing our website, stuck in the pool. Every Monday, new website comes out. Adding value, superior. The CEO came, told us on Monday about our own financial system. He keeps surprising us every day about our own financial system. Adding value. We are going to own our own financial system. Can you guys wrap your head around this? Can you guys wrap your head around this? Does Google got it? Google, they don't get it. They don't. Microsoft, do they? They don't. We got it. Our own financial system. And most probably we are going to have our own Visa card or MasterCard. Do you people got it? That is the superiority of OnPassive. That is the superiority of OnPassive. Let me go to one of our other products. Oh, bless. Microsoft, Google, the big tech, Amazon, they don't have crowdfunding. Even if they do have crowdfunding, we pay 100% for everything. We will not take a dime from it, from any customer that comes in. And we have that capability to run traffic. If you come and register on OnPassive, we are going to run you traffic on it. That is the superiority. That is the value of OnPassive. And that's how we are superior. We've not yet gone to the market. We've not started selling our products. But if you want to count any other tech companies that are out there, we are superior than them in all levels from buildings, our products, name it. Tell me which company that came from day one with more than 1 million customers. Tell me. Google started with 50,000 and they celebrated. It took them 7 years to even have 1 million customers. OnPassive, we are getting into the market with more than 1 million customers. We found us as resellers and customers. Tell me, that is the superiority of OnPassive. That is the superiority of OnPassive. I want us to understand these little things that we do. When the CEO comes and talk, we just listen and it looks like we didn't get it. I want us to get it. I know that where we are. Tell me which company will run traffic. Traffic. We are traffic driven. And very soon, when we get 1 billion customers, in less than 1 year, we are going to have 1 billion customers. We are going to be the traffic. That is the superiority of OnPassive. That is the superiority of OnPassive. Please, we should get it. Please get it. You should get it. Know that where you are. No other person can ever come and be again a founder of OnPassive. Come again talking about grandfather theory that he told us on Monday. Please go back to your back office. I don't want to talk it here because we are on a public channel. Go and listen and know what grandfather theory is. Then you'll be celebrating fun. Just start drinking whatever thing you want to drink. You know you're a millionaire. You know you're going to make money. Now, the problem is not going to be you. It's going to be those people that you're going to replicate yourself to and to touch life. That is the superiority of OnPassive. We should get it. We should get it. Again, my brother Bob mentioned it. 196 countries approve us. Can you people wrap your head around it? Google is not in 196 countries. Amazon is not. Only in Dubai, where we were on the 30th of March, we started our marketing campaign. Opar will be there. WhatsApp has been forever, is not in Dubai. OnPassive, Opar product will be in Dubai. That is the superiority. That is the superiority. There are some countries that they have those restrictions that will not be able to get there. They are among the 196 countries that we are talking about that we are going to sell in that countries. We are going to market in those countries. That is the superiority of OnPassive. We should get it. It should come into our head that OnPassive is superior. Let me go now. Let me not take much time. Let me go to the security part of it. But before I go there, the world is now in recession. The CEO told us that the world is now in recession, and OnPassive is the one that is going to bring the stimulus plan. OnPassive will bring the stimulus plan and to save a lot of companies. Some of these tech companies, like my company that I work, we pay $1 million to save our data with Amazon. $1 million a month to save our data in Amazon. They have outdated technology, according to Collins, and we know that. Collins mentioned it, that they have outdated. We have, like Vincent said, IPv4 hybrid to IPv6, internet protocol to IPv6 hybrid. Comes with its own security. Comes with its own security. And our data center, let me say this, the superiority in our data center with any other data center out there, we do not only have backup power. Our backup power is we have green. Green, when you say green, it's lesser consumption of electricity. None. They don't. They don't have it. Come again. The internet that supplies our data center will have another backup on that. When the first one fails, plan A fails, plan B automatically will activate. So we will never be out of any of those things. Any of them. That is the superiority of OnPassive. Tell me which company will not come to OnPassive. Price affordable, better services, then customer service also perfect. When you come buy one, you buy 10. When you come for data center, you come for all staff, you come for all connect, you come for all stream. So it goes and so on and on because the prices are affordable. That is the superiority of OnPassive with the other companies out there. For the stimulus plan that I talk about, a lot of these tech companies suck money from all the other companies out there. We are in the industry. We know what we are talking about. We know what we are talking about. Company will come, you pay subscription fee, yearly subscription fee, and then they will tell you that they will tell you licenses. You pay subscription fee every year, then you pay licenses for a particular number of users that will use this particular product. A company like my company, that is a global company, my former company, that's a global company with above 70,000 employees. above 70,000 employees. If you want to pay licenses, how much are you going to pay? That is where OnPassive comes in now. Price, affordable, unlimited. That is the superiority of OnPassive. Tell me who will not come to OnPassive. CEO will refer other CEO that please go over there. That there's a new company called OnPassive. You buy one, get 10 free. That is the superiority of OnPassive. And that is what we are talking about. And that is where OnPassive comes in now to save this other company with their stimulus plan, to put more money into their pocket. And we put more money into CEO's pocket. The employees also, they put more money into their pocket by giving them a raise, give them more money for bonuses, yearly bonuses. They can put gas into their cars. They have more extra $300 or $200 per month. That is how we are going to save the stimulus plan. We have the stimulus plan for companies. Let's go to security. Before my last point, we have the best and the most superior security that I know. Being in this industry as an IT security guy, because we have what? AI. That's the magic of artificial intelligence. It comes with a lot of security features. I'll just list them there: event prediction, automation, dictation and action, real-time monitoring, and robust data control. Our firewalls all over the world, in all the regions that are there, because we will not trust anything that comes from the internet, from the internet space. We have firewalls there prepared, waiting. I will have load balancer that are there to distribute data to all the other regions, multi-regions. The security is also there. The transmission of data from one end to the other is also secured. Our data that reside in our prem, in our cloud service and our data center are all secured. That is the superiority of OnPassive. Anteline, take it there. Let me say hi.
Awesome. Awesome presentation. Thank you for that. Lots of excitement and enthusiasm, and for good reason. Right now, I want to acknowledge the presence of Marty DeGarmo in the house, our great leader and supporter of the Heroes webinar. I am not sure if he's available to speak, but I wanted to let Marty know that he can take the floor at any time. You can raise your hand and we will definitely acknowledge you, because I do know you have time constraints and you have a lot of activities going on today. So we want you to know that you are free to speak when you are able to. Thank you so much, Marty. Right now, we would like to go to Andy Burks. And Andy Burks is our numbers guy, and he's going to give us his sales perspective presentation. Take the floor, Andy.
Thank you, guys. Bob mentioned the 3 S's. To me, the 3 S's are sun, sea, and sand. That's the most important thing to me. Numbers, this is excellent. We know that last year, 196 million new people started using the internet, and there's 500,000 every day joining or having access to the internet. And our marketplace today is currently just over 5 billion potential customers. So every single person that uses the internet could be a customer of OnPassive. This is huge. Okay, so where do we go? What's the simplest way of putting this business? I love the fact that actually it's simple. Now, these tech guys, it goes straight over my head. I get a lot of it, and they make it sound a little bit easier, but I'm a simple guy. I'm not technically minded in the slightest. So I love the fact that this business is so simple. OnPassive is going to register us a domain name, build us a website, drive specific targeted traffic to the website, and I'll come back to that in a minute, close the sale, and then deal with us all of the customer support, but pay us for every customer that falls in our group or in our customer base. I mean, as a business, for anybody, that's got to be the simplest business ever. All we do is we support OnPassive, and we tell everybody about it. We share the opportunity with as many others. Now, I don't like the word recruitment, and quite frankly, I'm not very good at it, but I can share it.
And that's the bit that excites me more than anything. So when we open the doors to resellers, where's the first port of call? Where are you going to go first? Now, I don't know about you, but I write lists, and I've got a list of a considerable number of people. But my first list, the first place I'm going to go to, is all of the people that said no. And I've got over 5,000 of them. So at some point in the future, they will be within the OnPassive umbrella. But how many people did you ask that looked at it and went, nah, not interested? There must be hundreds and hundreds. So the first port of call is these guys. Simple. By the way, it's open now. I don't want to rub it in, but you really need to take a look at this now. It's a bit late for you to become a founder, but hey, you can really build a business out of this. So there's lots of different ways and means. Now, thinking about this, as Lynn said, I deal with a lot of numbers. So in practice, I've helped people trying to build up pots of cash for their retirement. And in the UK, the average pot is about £62,000. That means it gives an income of about £3,000 a year. That's nothing. And the old age pension on top of that, which a lot of countries I realise don't have altogether, but ours in the UK is another £147 odd a week. So add the two together, that's around about £840 a month. Now, most people's mortgage is more than that. Gas, electricity, and the water, etc., is going up in cost. We're having a heat wave at the moment, and undoubtedly we'll be on stand pumps soon because we'll have run out of water. But point being, £846 does not go very far a month. My bar bill is larger than that. But on passive, you can create the income that you want to create, whether that be 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 50,000. You are unlimited as to what you can and can't do. So my advice would be to write a list of potential people that you know. Now you can start with anybody that's got kids in school that want to send their kids to university, because the cost of that is horrendous. And certainly in the UK, the average annual cost is £27,000. So by the time you've added the 3 or 4 years, it's anywhere between £80,000 and £100,000 to send your kid through university or further education. Why not be able to give them something, an income that covers them, so that they don't have to start work with a debt? So anybody you know that's got kids in school, anybody that you know that's got kids in further education, anyone coming up to retirement, and hey, the easiest one of the lot, anyone who uses the internet. These are all on passive potential customers. And my advice would be to write a list of as many people as you possibly know, so that when we do go to the reseller options, you've got a jump start. You've got a good start to go at. Lots and lots of different people say, hey, you really need to take a look at this now. Thanks, Auntie Lynn, back to you.
Thank you, Andy Burks. That was very practical suggestion, and I like that suggestion, but because it's very economical to do, it really doesn't cost a penny. All you need to do is keep a list. You can write it manually, you can type it, you can keep it in your email or in your notes app, anywhere that you see fit. And it really just takes a little bit of effort to collect people's names, emails, and phone numbers. So I encourage you to do that as well, because, if you don't share your referral link with people, those people are going to get referred anyway, but they're just going to get referred by someone that's not you. So they'll become part of somebody else's organization, and that other person that got them will be benefiting, because whatever those people purchase, you make commissions on it. So why not, right? The bigger your organization is, the better. And again, it's optional. As Andy knows, and we all know, that you don't have to do anything extra. If you want to be passive and wait for AI and automation to do it for you, that's perfectly fine. But for many of us, we say, why not do a little bit more? Because there's such benefit in doing a little bit more. All right, now we're going to go back to our moderator who's going to moderate the Q&A. We'll go back to Funmi. And Funmi, I'll help you as much as you need. Just let me know. I'm here for you, okay? I'll
Thank
help with
you.
like unmuting, that kind of the mechanics I can surely help you with. But you can go ahead and take the floor now.
Thank you very much, Anteline. Thank you, thank you. I am so excited. Hearing this over the week, it's like, look, I've been educated all over again. Not because I know anything about, what do you call it, IT, but because, I mean, the old tech bros, they just break it down and break it down. I want to thank you. My name is Olufumi Williams. Many of you would know me as Fumi Williams. It's nice to be here. Thank you for all the leaders and all the old tech bros and all the guests and all the founders. I am very excited to be here today. Before we start taking hands, I can see one hand up already. I want to, just ask one of the old tech bros this thing. You said something about our power, our data center having a power that is green. Can you please just throw more light on that? Because that excites me, because not just that, you say it's green. What does it mean to be green? I know you said it in a passing, but can you explain? That's Bra Oliver. I think it was Bra Oliver that said that. So can you please, Bra Oliver, just explain more of that to us, please?
Yes, Sister Fumi, thank you very much for that question. I know people will have that, they will not understand what is green. Green, the world today is going green, like you have greenhouses that because of the consumption of your power that comes to your house, electricity is green. Most houses now are green. Most buildings now are green, and OnPassive is one of that, the giant company that I know that their data center is green, that will not use that much power to power our data center. That is a plus for us. And that money comes back where? To us, because the CEO shared the profit with us. So that is a plus. Green means that we have that technology that we use current, that's power, current, but the power is the current that goes to our data center is also going to stabilize the power in our servers, and everything has that automation by AI also that is going to stabilize that power entering into our servers and into our data center. And it's green. That green means that lesser power.
Lesser power. So that means we use, so let's say, for example, we're supposed to use maybe like 1,000 kilowatts of electricity. We're probably using maybe half or quarter of this.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes. That is, thank you very much.
So the consumption now is not, we have maybe more consumption, more power in our this thing, but lesser power that goes in.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Bra Oliver. Bra Vincent, I'm going to come to you. You said something also, scalability. Can you explain that? Because for me, from my understanding, I may understand it, but everybody else, I don't know if they understand it. What does it mean? Does it mean that we have some kind of data center that is built such that no matter how much data we put into it, it keeps expanding, it can take as many, or what exactly are we talking about this? Because I keep hearing that word scalability.
Okay, thank you, Sister Fumi. Yeah, scalability, let me explain the need for scalability. In a traditional data center, enterprise needed to plan the capacity well ahead to purchase like hardware thing. So when you want to build maybe a data center, before they purchase the hardware, everything ahead. But with the cloud-based data center, so which is a growing business in bandwidth demand. So this allow you go to the cloud today, you subscribe to the cloud, and then you pay for your needs. What you need, that's what you pay for. Then if let's say today you pay for 20 and then tomorrow your business need for 30, you pay for that 30 as well. And then if you pay the 30 extra hardware system for your business, and then you realize that maybe your system, they don't need that again, you can scale down again and say, okay, oh, I use 30 because the business was going up, but now my business is going down. I can scale down to maybe 20 back like I used to have it before. So it gives that opportunities to scale up, scale down. This is the you don't have to put a lot of money to the hardware for your business. But in the whole traditional system, you purchase and then you can plan that, oh, my business can grow in the 10%, maybe next 20 years. And then you purchase all the hardware resources today. And sometimes you don't use half of them. So it's waste of money, waste of resources. But with the cloud data center, on passive hour data center, that's why we call the scalability. You can scale up or scale down, buy what you need. And then if you buy more and then you realize that you don't need, you can scale it down and say, look, on passive, I bought for 20, but I need 15. And then you can scale down and then we can do that price for you. This is the scalability for our data center.
So in short, Brother Vincent, it means that our data center is quite flexible.
Flexible, thank you.
Thank you. That's the layman's language. Flexible. It's quite flexible. Flexibility. Right. Before you go, you mentioned something. I've been hearing it. I don't know what it is, but I think it's good for us to have an understanding. IP4, IPv4, IPv6, IPv this. What is IPv? What are we talking about? I know Oliver also mentioned on laser. What are all this? What does it have to do with the superiority of our data center, please?
Okay, the IPv4, we have a dual IP addresses for our data center because in our data center, most data center in the world, they use IPv4. This is the one currently the IPv4 we are using. But because the IPv4 is running out of the IP addresses, so now the new technology is IPv6 with all the security tied to IPv6. So our data center, we have both. We have IPv4 and then we have IPv6. So we have the both technology for the IP addresses. So now we are communicating to you. You and me are talking because of IP address. So the IP address we are using right now, you and me, is IPv4. But the new latest one, and then is more secure than the one we use it currently, IPv4. So passive have that technology in our data center that make our data center more secure and more strong, because not all the data center have the dual IP address. It's similar to car hybrid. So our data center in terms of IP address is similar to car hybrid. We can use both technology together. So what we use it. And then you mentioned about laser technology. Laser technology, I'll give an example for maybe if my internet connection is not good to communicate in this group for Zoom today, using our laser technology, you boost the internet connection for you so that your internet connection will be strong, and then you can communicate strongly as loud we are doing right now. So this is the use of laser technology.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ash, think about those people live in a poor internet connection area. So now you think about them. So now with the laser technology, if we have a webinar like this or anything, they can join us using the laser technology and then boost the internet connection for them.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Let me add something before Madi Digamo comes, Stafumi. I know a lot of founders here, they always hear about IP.
Yeah.
You know, you have your laptop, you have your mobile phone, you have this. Without IP address, you cannot have connectivity to the internet. So every hardware they build have an IP address. It is that IP address that gives you that access to the internet space.
Wow.
So I just want to clear that so people know that you buy something without any IP address, you now have connection, because they ping you and they know this is the computer and they can trigger everything. When you make search, you get the information. It is the IP address that gives you that access to internet space. For instance, when you have your domain and they build your website, the host of the domain gives you that access through IP address. And it's a 12-digit or unlimited. So we're talking about IPv4 and IPv6. As Brother Vincent said, IPv4 run out because a household can have maybe 15 gadgets. Everything, printers, everything, they have IP address. If you want, if they have that, if they need to have that connection to the internet space or whatever connection, there's an IP address in it. So I just want to make that clear. People should know that.
Thank you very much, Bra Collins. That was an eye opener. Bra Marty, if you unmute yourself, please. Okay. All yours.
You're muted, Marty. You got on mute.
Yeah, you're still muted.
How about now?
Okay, yes, yeah, no more.
Okay.
Muted. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I was just listening. I couldn't say anything because I'm family here, but they went outside. So you were talking about scalability. I didn't hear everything else, but scalability for the average person to understand, for me, is like your house might be 200 amp fuse. If you go above 200 amps in your house, it'll blow a fuse. It won't take it. But if you look at the industry in a data center, it's automatically adjusting the amount of amps you need. Okay, it's not really amps, but it adjusts to the demand. Example, if house is running and we have 500,000 people going in and out and in and out, and some product comes online and it goes crazy, and we wind up doubling the amount of traffic. In most websites, they're not ready for that. They're not scalable for that. So when you hit that limit, it shuts down the website, and that's a killer. The same with your house. If you put an overload on your fuses, it kicks the fuse out. It won't go any higher. The scalability from passive website-wise is it's able to adjust on the fly. And that was overcompensating. He didn't set it for 1 million. He set it for 1 billion. So as you notice, like these guys said in the last few weeks, even with the last 2 days of founder positions, people were coming in by the thousands a minute, okay? Not a blink. The site didn't even blink. So that's important, because if the site goes down, it causes tens of thousands of dollars, believe it or not, maybe more. It could even make the difference if there was 500 customers ready to sign up and they see down for maintenance, they may never come back. They may never come back. So it's a big deal, and how it looks and how it projects to the consumer or anybody else. And the IP34, IP36, IP34 is about 32 bits, and IP36 is 128 bits. All it is, it gives the extension. You know how you have your area code, then you have your regular number. But if you're in the country, it gives you another code, a 1, a 2, a 22, a 23. IP36 gives you more options for more addresses to go in there. That way, because the world's expanding, right? We have half the world is on the internet, a little more than half, about half. You know, with technology, the other half's coming. So we're going to double just with, if nobody else was born, just from technology, more people across the world are going to come onto the internet. You got to be able to handle that IP address. You can't put, I'm on 19 Ridgely Street and there's 100 spaces, but the road's long enough for 100 more homes. You have to make sure you have the numbers and that you can handle that many more people. This is for me and the average Joe to understand. But anyway, I just wanted to add that. That's all.
Thank you very much. It does register for me when you said about fuse there, because sometimes you plug in something in my house and then you hear the what do you call it, the meter in the house shuts off, and then you are wondering who plugged something. So I that one sticks in. Thank you very much, Bramadi. Thank you. So we're going to open the floor now for questions, but before then, please don't forget, we are not taking any support question. You need to take support question to the roundtable tomorrow. So we are taking questions as relating to what you've heard today. And I want us, because for me, I am on fire for the last couple of days with what I'm hearing. I don't understand all of it, but I am on fire. You know, there's a question I want to post out. That would be probably to Bob. You said something about configuration of product templates. So I don't understand that. does for someone like myself and anybody that, like Brother Andy and myself, that everything just goes over his head, does it mean that we have some kind of template of product that, I'm just putting this in a context, that take, for example, this product, the template is there, but we want to, assuming the CEO comes and say, okay, we want to make or chat or something into an app. Does that mean that that is what you call the configuration of product template? Is that what it means, Bra Bob?
I don't remember saying that.
I don't know whether it's Bra Bob or Bra Collins that said that.
Configuration
of product template, something to do with
I think I said it. I was the one who said it.
Okay.
Yeah. That what we have Matty here. I know Matty will talk about the marketing perspective stuff for me, if you allow me to speak, and then you can give Matty to give an update.
Yes.
Because he's here already. So
yes.
Normally I talk about configuration. It is a key to every software development. A modern software development must be configured, because if you look at it, I talk about hard coding. It means if I tie the bundle to you, it is not dynamic. So for instance, if the well is changing, there is no way you can change your software. And that's why most companies cannot make changes, because to go and do that, they have to break everything down. You have to build it from scratch again. But when you configure it, you make it more dynamic. It means if I enter Oliver Fonte, I can remove Oliver Fonte and enter Bob Takusi, and the system will still accept it. That is the dynamic nature of every software. And it's because of I said about timing. Timing, because we are in the era of modern technology. So every software, like the company I work for, once they build a software, they code it, the first I'll ask the developer, did you configure it? Because we want a situation where a single software can be used by multiple users. What we talk multiple users means health company can use it, this can use that. That's what we talk about the template. When Oliver we talk about template, we have template. It means that template is there where we can just tweak it a little bit, change it a little bit, and another company will pick it. This is where OnPassive, that's why we said OnPassive will blow the well, because of the configuration nature of the software, using latest code, latest tools that are in the market, like JavaScript, Bootstrap, and all of those. They give you the ability to do all of those things, and the database structure. Those are what I want to explain for people to know. Okay. Thank you.
Let me also add something on that. Let me also add on that configuration. In that configuration also means that, let's say, because I know maybe 1 year ago or 2 years ago, the CEO told us about O-Founder template. It's a template that is sellable. A company wants to come to buy O-Founder. We have a template. That template, we can customize it or configure it on that company's own demand and their structure. Look at O-Staff. O-Staff, we can play anyhow and configure O-Staff in that company design that matches that company design and their logo. That they'll look at that O-Staff. When they look at O-Staff, it is their logo that is there, and it's everything that company represents. That is the other how do you call it? Proprietary what? I've forgotten IT. But they'll configure everything, that they'll look at it, they'll say this, customize it to that company's name and their logo. That is what we talk dynamic, the dynamic of OnPassive. That OnPassive is dynamic. The products are going to be dynamic because we can configure it onto that fits that company logo, that company's name, and their design and their structure and their everything. That's what we call it. That when we talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Raul.
Let me add a little bit to that. I didn't get it clearly. So OChat could be one of that kind of a product that when we're looking about the configurability of the product. You know, OChat is a product that I believe almost every business will want to use. So the way it has been designed, even though it is our primary product that is going to help us, it has been designed to be configurable. So any other third party, any other company can also get it and then implement it on their system. So when Collins is talking about the dynamic configurability of our product, that's what he means. Companies will also be able to grab this product, install it in their system, configure it, something like OChat will come in, quickly use the various AI technologies that have been used, quickly learn the system, and they start performing the functions for that system.
Okay, for that company in particular.
For that company, yes.
Okay, excellent. So this is getting juicy. So, Bra Mati, you want to come in from the marketing perspective, please? Thank you very much, Bra Collins, Bra Oliver, Bra Bob as well. Thank you, Bra Mati. Bra Mati, can you hear me?
Marketing perspective as far as what?
As relating to the superiority of OnPassive.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah.
Just sum it up, because if we are to go into each facet.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I got you, but it's massive. So give me a second. I gotta reboot. Anyway, in the marketing, okay. I'm gonna give you examples really quick. I marketed online for 15 years. Spent thousands of months to set up an ad that I hope will be accepted by Facebook. Once it's accepted, then I hope people will click on it. I've already spent the money, so it either works or it doesn't. Okay, I get in, it goes in, the company says, no, you can't have that. I can't go back and say why. They just say it's no good. So I got to look at it and try to determine, what did I say? What word did I use that kicked them into this is no good? I'm going to give you an example. Bitcoin. A few years ago, if you mention Bitcoin, same now, in an ad on Facebook, they won't accept it because so many people got ripped off in Bitcoin. I was in an organization that Bitcoin was pretty legit. It just took a lot of skills and most people couldn't do it. So I left that. But how I got around that was, instead of BITCOIN, I would put B.I. and I spread out Bitcoin. The algorithm wouldn't pick that up, so it would go through an ad. Okay, so I made that one. But the problem is, when you make an ad, especially Facebook, and the reason I'm saying Facebook is tens of millions and millions of dollars are spent on ads on Facebook. And I go back to the reason why, because they are the hunted. We're going to be the hunted one day, so keep that in the back of your mind. So we spend all this money, we finally get one that works. Now you're getting a lead for $7 each. And you go, oh my God, who can afford that? What happens if only 2% actually pay? It's going to cost me hundreds of dollars to get one opt-in. It could. So now I have to take the ad and modify it so that I can bring down the cost. Now I got to get more people to click on it and not upset Facebook. That's marketing. In OnPassive, to break it down for you, is when you go into OnPassive, you can go to Create if you want to. They'll have hundreds and hundreds of templates. You add your link to it. Big Bob or Vincent or Lynn or any one of you, you make a short video to make it personal. And let's say you want to promote OConnect. You make a lot of the stuff will be pre-written. You can adjust it a little bit. You don't have to worry if Facebook will accept it. Zero. You make the ad, you go to OnPassive and say, hey, I want you to drive $1,000 worth of volume to that website. The link they click on is your domain name. You're branding yourself. They click on it, you bring in extra people. And during this time, this is why OnPassive is superior. During this time of you bringing in people for fun, and you're going to get paid, the company is daily, 24/7, running your link on every product that they own in multiple thousands of locations. So while you're sleeping, somebody is holding up your website saying, do you like this? And they go, yes. They put their name and email in, they pay, and boom, you got paid. All right, she got paid. And that happens around the clock, around the clock. So to even compare this to any company, because everybody has this false hope of Here's a company, you join up, pay a fee, we'll give you a website, and you're going to be rich. Everybody falls for it, including me, many, many years. You get in, they give you a half-decent website. By the way, it's the same website as everybody on that business. Everybody has the same one. Then you say, okay, go share it. Well, where the heck am I going to go? Well, go to your friends and family. Yeah, go to them 10 times and see what happens. They already think we're morons, right? I mean, they already can't stand us to begin with. They think we're crazy. So then they say, well, market it yourself. 99% of the people can't market. So you cannot win. Mr. Mufara came into this business 20 some years ago. He's a master at the business. He's a master marketer. And he would go in, he would ask them, what is your pay plan? Then he would ask him, what is the max you can make? They would tell him. And quicker than anybody else on the planet, he would max it out. Here's the problem. He didn't like the idea that it's unlimited, that you have limits. And he really hated the idea, no matter how good he was, he couldn't bring the people with him. You're great if you're under Mr. Mufara, but how good can you be? You get 400 or 500 people underneath. What are they doing, right? You might get this spillover, or whatever they call it, but eventually he couldn't bring people with him. Mr. Mufara, what he did, and this is fact, he would get in a business like GDI or whatever, and because he's a good-hearted man, we all know that, he would say, people can't do what I'm doing. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a system, a mini system, and I'm going to give it to my people. And if they follow this system, they could be successful online. How successful, I don't know, but they can make money. And if they push it, they could probably do very well. Asmithar took tens of thousands of dollars, built a system for people on his team in that company, whatever company it was. And if they used it, they did well. They did well. As soon as he built it, it's marketed around that company. He built it for individuals and gave it to them, by the way. He did not charge them for the system. The company goes, some companies started to fall apart. Ask even contacted them. Let me help you keep it afloat. I have ideas. They were too arrogant. They wouldn't listen. They folded. Now what happened? Because most CEOs are hiding because they know that they're not going to last that long. Company folds, and the only face they see is Ash Mufara. You did this to me. And Ash is like, what? That's where people get all this crazy stuff from the internet. No, what Ash did is built you a system for that business to help you make it. He's a victim too. He lost his business too when they folded. And I said, okay, I'd go look for something else. This is his story. And this relates to what we're getting. He goes to the next business and said, okay, ask him the same questions. Are there limits? Yes. He didn't like it. Okay, so he'd get in. He said, I'll just take my system and give it to friends of mine that are building the business with me, and we can start off running. Then he went, oh, crap, I can't. That system is branded to the last company. I got to build a new one. Okay, this went on long enough. Ash mastered all the plans he ever got in. He's got a world record in one of the companies right now of bringing in the most people in 1 week. Problem was he goes home and says, I can't do this anymore. I can't look in people's eyes and know they're not going to make it. And then I'm relying on that company to be legit. If they fold, they want to blame somebody. They blame the guy they see. Who are they blaming? Master distributor, Ash Mufara. But I also met somebody, I know somebody that Tony knows very well, that they were fortunate enough when they were marketing, they brought in Ash Mufara under them. He made them millionaires to this day. But the problem is, how many Ash Mufaras are there? We only know one. And if all these marketers out there are that great, how come all of their number one, number two, and number three people aren't living on residual income? Because it doesn't work long term. After before I left that disaster, he said I could go back to the corporate world, but that's more corrupt than what this is. Or went to his wife and said, I think we can build our own. 6 months he talked to her and finally got her to do it. And how she did it? Okay, but don't spend any of the people's money. Not until it launches. So if they want it back, you give it back. That's Ashmupara. Nobody would do that. And he doesn't have to do it. The NDA says 30 days. Go read it. And he's given money back to people 3 years ago. 97, like it's $1 billion. Here's the power of the marketing of OnPassive. You win, you pay 97, and you are marketing at the same level as Ashmupara. That is where we are. And if you want to market more, add more money to the kitty. They put your link in more times, and you're going to get more leads. Eventually, you're going to get more sales, and then eventually you're going to get more commission. The comparison is not on the same chart. We are in a world that is unbelievable. He designed a company after all the bad things in the world. He took every bad company and the reason why they failed, and then from that, he created OnPassive. That's the best answer I could give you.
Thank you, Ramati. That was awesome. That was really, really, really mind-blowing. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. It's a huge explanation and a deep insight into some of the things. There's a video that CEO brought out as well, telling you the history of OnPassive. If you have not checked out that video, go and check it out. It will blow your mind, because you need to know where it is coming from and where it started from, and the history of OnPassive if you are a true founder. Before we go to question and answer, thank you very much, Brad Matty. I want to call on Brad Tony Monk. Tony Monk,
I'm here.
Yes, please. Do you have anything to add to this?
To what Marty just said?
Yes. Anything to say, anything
try.
for the founders?
Yeah. No, that was fantastic, Marty. You pretty much summed it all up. He's right. There were a couple of people that from GDI that were struggling to make ends meet, and they recruited Ash into GDI for the first time. He brought his team, and they pretty much made them millionaires overnight. I'm not going to mention the names. They're wonderful people, and Ash gave them one of the first positions here in OnPassive in 2018. We know that we have a fantastic company here. There's nothing that compares to OnPassive. OnPassive was built out of the failures that Marty's talking about. And I go back 26 years, back to 1996, when it first started. It wasn't too bad back then because it was the internet gold rush. So people were coming in for the first time. They were excited. It was easy to build a team back then. But what happened over time is it got saturated. And greedy people started to come in and say, you know what? Let's not build it like that anymore. Let's do it this way. Let's make as much money let's slap something together, make as much money as we can, and move on to the next thing. And that's what's been happening for the past few years. And that's why people have been struggling for the longest time. Traffic was a simple thing to get back in the 90s, for me anyway. I'd get on the phone and I'd build a team, and my teams would build teams and so on, right? Because it was exciting. But now the traffic is totally saturated. You have to have at least between 300 and 500 people coming in on a daily basis to look at what you have in order to make any money on the internet consistently, okay? Now, you know what that costs on a monthly basis? It costs thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to get that traffic. Nobody has that kind of money. So that's why OnPassive came along and said, look, we can build something better. We'll get the traffic. We are masters at the traffic, and we will sell our products to 5 billion people that are on the internet, 5+ billion. Do you realize what that means? 5 billion people on the internet. Do you know how long it takes to count to 5 billion? 244 years. It takes 244 years to count to 5 billion. So it's a huge market. It's a huge market we have there, huge. And all we need is just a fraction of that to do very well in OnPassive. And with what OnPassive has, with the superiority of the products and the value of the products, we've got it. We've got that. We've got a fraction of that. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually got them all eventually into OnPassive, because we have everything they want here. And what I like is how Ash actually built this. He built a foundation that's very, very strong. The foundations with all other companies over the years have cracks in them. You know what those cracks are? Profits before people. Okay, so Ash created a foundation on people, based on people before profits. All right, and how did he do that? He hired a staff, almost 1,000 staff members that are IT professionals that are putting these products together, and they're creating innovative products. They have the ability to be creative and to use their imagination. Do you realize how inspiring that is to work in a place like that, where you have the ability to use your imagination and to use your creativity? And Nash is okay with that. I mean, eventually, I think it was Marty that said it the other day, eventually people are going to want to work in OnPassive, and they won't be able to get in unless somebody retires or somebody dies. Okay, so what does that do? All of this stuff that I'm talking about creates long-term sustainability. Okay, that's why we're going to go on for generations to come, because we're focused on strengthening up the founders, the products, the staff, everything that you can possibly think of, right? And plus, we started at the top. We didn't start in a garage, so we can't compare ourselves to Apple and Amazon and all these people. We are where they are. We pretty much are where they are right now, and we haven't even launched yet. So think in another couple of years where we're going to be. So we're all in a great place here. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. From me, back to you.
Thank you, Tony Bratton.
Hey, Pumi, can I add one thing to what Tony said?
Yes, please.
And I want everybody to wrap your head around this. You know that O Connect is going to be huge. Yeah. I don't have to name any other. You know it's going to be huge because of what everybody's online. You will be bigger than that. I just want you to. You are a product also. You, in a way. You have your own domain. You will be known throughout the world. It's not a joke, because you're part of something that Ash said, I'm going to build a company around Bob Takusi. I'm going to build one around Lynn, Boomy, all you here. In the long run, if you want, you can build who you are as big as you want. No joke, no doubt about it. I'm telling you. So it's an open field. You want to hit a grand slam? Go ahead. It's up to you. Or you can sit back and do nothing. You don't have to. I'm riding this pig to the end. You know what I mean? I mean, pedal to the floor, because I look, all we have is time. I'm going to spend 6 months driving as hard as I can. I built a big team on a hope and a dream. I could build a much bigger one on something that's live. This baby's alive, and you say go, watch the freak out. And I'll tell you what, we can all do it. Why? I got rid of that ugly thing called traffic. It's coming to me. I don't have to go after it. I own it. And the day will come, you'll have a product from a family or a friend. Say, hey, can you help me promote this? Yeah, let me have it. You're going to slap it in the marketplace, and your second cousin, Freddie, is going to be a millionaire.
Hey, for me, let me add to that. I don't know what's going on here. Let me add a little bit to what Marty is saying. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
I'm done.
Yes, I can hear you.
Anyway, okay. I'm going to talk about the traffic a little bit, just to sort of get people to wrap their heads around what we actually have here. And I'm not going to go into details. These are just examples, okay? The numbers are absolutely crazy, but again, they're just examples. It's not what's going to be happening. It's what could happen. When people go onto Google, they put into the search engine how to make money on the internet. You know how many people on a monthly basis look for how to make money on the internet? 2.4 billion with a B. on a monthly basis.
Monthly.
Okay, in our websites, it's going to be created for us. We're going to have search engine optimization, which we're going to have those keywords in our website. We're going to have a whole bunch of keywords in our website, keywords for autoresponders, keywords for OConnect, keywords for how to make money on the internet. And because of the marketing ability we have and the genius that Ash is, and the offices in Singapore that are going to be using the traffic are going to push us up to those those 2.4 billion people that are looking for how to make money on the internet. They're going to find the reseller position, right? When they find a reseller position and they realize that they don't have to recruit, I hate that word, but they don't have to bring the traffic in to promote their website. When they realize that the company's doing that, how many people do you figure is going to be coming in on that 2.4 billion, right? When you get 1% of 2.4 billion, that's 20 million people that just opted in to your website. 1% of that 20 million is 200,000. If it's $25 each, that's $5 million right there. Now, with the autoresponder working and promoting to these people on a consistent basis, that's $5 million stretched out probably, let's say, in 5 months. That's how these gurus make a lot of money. That's how they make $1 million a month and so on. And on passive, remember, on passive is not looking at the 1% or the 2% return on investment. We're talking about 20 to 25% return on investment. So we are all in a fantastic place right here as founding members. That's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother Tony. Thank you very much for that. That was well topped up there. And if you have not gone to the back office to look or read what Michael Williams said there, I'm going to sum up everything here before I start taking questions. He says, you don't need to do anything. What matters is that you have a powerful hand. You have powerful hands, free system that will do the heavy lifting for you. That is all you need to remember and all you need to put in your mind. So let's go to Q&A now. Let's see here. Akram, Brother Akram, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you so much, Williams. Give me opportunity to say something here. And actually, it's very fantastic webinars, and there have a lot of information. And I also always grateful to Marty. He always give us strength and also the real information of the on-passive, because he is an expert of also as an internet marketer. So I have just observed there, and also from my heart, actually I am feeling share. Actually, you see that I have got this opportunity only $97. You see that where I am at this moment, and I think I am a general person in the planet. I have no any scope to get this high tech any organization. And I have a business in the worldwide. I never think in the planet. I never think. I was just simply thinking to establish a own business in my country. But now this is the worldwide, this business. So where I am, and I think in the planet, and our most of the founders like me. So they have changed their lives. So you know that our founder position already closed. So we are so much blessed in the world at this moment. In the survey report, I would like to just explain about 66 survey report by the expert internet marketer. About 66% of market expert to see revenue growth in 2022 and beyond. 90% of them say that 2020 helped to increase digital engagement, a trend likely to continue moving forward. And well into 2022, 40% expect to increase data source in the next year. That's going to be the essential for more organization due to the shift away from the use of cookies. So
That's
just actually think you see that where now we are. So actually, I would like to more explain. You see that every day. Take a look the figures. Now I am seeing that 500 million tweets to go out each day. You see that? That's
so Akram, right? Akram, that means you are in a good place. You are in a
yes.
good place.
You are
Not just yourself, but as many people, ordinary people like yourself and myself, we are all in a good place. And what I want you to remember is that you are a mini Mother Teresa or Father Teresa, however you want to see it. So you need to start thinking about those you are going to bless after you filled your tank now. Okay. So start thinking about that, and also start thinking of those you are going to share your link with when it comes to when the reseller position opens and customers. That is what I want you to start doing now. We are all in a good place. I don't know if you have any other question, because I'm going to go to the next person. Is that okay, Bra Aaron?
Thank you
very much. Thank you. Bra Ernest, please unmute yourself and ask your question. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Please unmute and ask your question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm taking my question directly to the office of Brother Collins. I heard his lectures. It was so amazing. Yeah, Brother Collins, I know Google is a search engine. Amazon also. Others are saying it's a search engine. Others are saying it's not a search engine. I don't know which one. I want to understand the position of OnPassive, since we also have our own data centers. Are we supposed, do everybody have to pass through Google to see OnPassive, or are we also having our own search engine? And another question is, I'm seeing products over value market products that we are taking to the market, and I'm not seeing O-Wallet. Are we going to go into the market without O-Wallet? It's like going to the stream without a bucket. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, let me take the first one. I have my brothers here, Madi is here, and they will chip in if I miss something. So, you're talking about Google being a search engine and Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon is a marketplace. It's not a search engine. You can go in and you search for whatever product. You have a lot of marketplace out there. For instance, you can say Facebook. It's not a search engine, but they have marketplace. They have a functionality marketplace in Facebook, where you can buy, whatever you want to buy.
Yeah.
But Google is a search engine. That is what it was designed for. And before Google came, we have Internet Explorer. A lot of people forgot that Internet Explorer was a search engine. You go to Internet Explorer, you search for Google. Firefox is there. We can go on and on and on. Whatever you search, those are all type of search engine optimization. Just that Google modernized their site where you don't have a lot of all those type of crazy stuff, like for instance, news and all of those things, just clean, When you go to Internet Explorer, you have news, BBC News, CNN, all those things. People don't like to see a lot of things in front of them. They just want to go and search and then come out of it. Now, you're talking about over market value and stuff like that. So I hope I've answered the question of search engine. Search engine, just go and search. Yeah. So marketplace is different from search engine.
Okay.
So, and if you look at Amazon, it's not only the products you see as where we go and buy. What gives this man this money is the data center. That's the reason why he is one of the richest man, because data center is money. Data is money, as Madi always said. It's like when you go into a cash machine, you put your distance, that's data. But when you remove it, that's when it becomes physical cash. And that's why we are moving to cryptocurrency. Because now they say digital currency. They don't even want all this paper because the world wants to go paperless because of the carbon footprint and everything we live on this planet Earth. That's why everything is going digital. Now, let me go to over market value. We're talking about minimum value, what we have in the market in our back office. And what we're saying is Over market, it means when you compare to all the products that are in the market, similar products that we have, similar product. For instance, we have Academy. That's a multi-billion-dollar company. We're talking about $350 billion company market cap. Now, when you look at all those providers that provide online study application, for instance, we talk about Pluralsight, Udemy, Udacity, all of those companies, that's individual company, and they make so much money because a lot of people are tired of going to classroom. They want to study online, especially those who are in, less developed country where they are struggling to pay that fees and everything. They go online. They say, I have a lot of my certification from those. You pay a lot of money. Now we are coming with what? Academy. That is the best if you compare to all of those products. Mr. Ashbufara and the team have taken it to another level. We are talking about multilingual. So you can be in Japan, you study Japanese, you go and someone is lecturing in English, you click a button and you listen to the language. You select the language that that befits you, and you can get the same certificate like someone who studied in Harvard in your own comfort zone, at the comfort of your home. We talk about OMail, over market value. Looking at the functionality and the interface is the same. You cannot compare OMail with Yahoo Mail, Google Mail, and all of those because they are all buggy. In ITSA, buggy means you have a lot of defects everywhere. When you go into how many times have you gone to your Yahoo Mail and you see unwanted mail that you didn't even request for? Spam everywhere. You have to delete to see something. That's what we are talking of. OnPassive taking it to another level. We can go on and on. OChat. Every company has chat box like Amazon. Look at OChat, OnPassive, voice to text. It's convertible. So you tap and Sona will tell you in English. So you can sleep and someone is reading for you. That is the market value. We are talking over market value. So OnPassive have just moved 3 years above any IT company because of the AI-driven functionality and automation that is embedded in it. So I can go on and on and on, and that's the craziness of Mr. Ashbufara and the team in Hyderabad. So I don't know if I answer your question. If anybody want to add, it's fine.
Yes. Does anybody ask?
I want to add a little bit.
Okay.
Look at it this way. For one thing, we're not in competition with Google. It would be foolish. Google's a search engine, like Colin said. It means if you look up TV, you go to Google, the ones that you see ad written next to it, they were paid for by the company. Millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. The ones that you don't see ad, about halfway down the page are from individuals like me and you. But they're also paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get on page one. Now, the difference will be in the long run when OnPassive becomes the hunted, which means when you start to get to the point, I don't know what the number is. Let's say there's 1 billion people in OnPassive one day. People will start to come to OnPassive to search for things. That's when it will change a little for Google. Because let me tell you the problem with Google and a lot of advertising for big companies. They say, I want to advertise boom, 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 boom on Google. Everybody wants to be on page one. If you go to Google and look up recliner, chair, there's probably 90,000 pages. If you're on page 2, you might as well be on page 99,000 because nobody goes to page 2. No one. But when people get to the point where they know, just like Facebook, where they can go into OnPassive and look up anything that they want to buy, and it will be there. It'll be there. Someday it'll all be there. At that point, we become the hunted. Big companies turn around and say, why am I advertising on Google? Now, listen, this isn't going to happen tomorrow. But a big company says, why am I going to advertise on Google when the traffic is in OnPassive? Google doesn't own the traffic. They hope you come. OnPassive will be the traffic. They know we're there. There's no doubt about it. I don't care if you're a founder and you make $1 million a month. You need a toilet and a sink and a house just like everybody else. And if you could go to OnPassive to get those things, which I believe you will be able to, why would you leave? You're not going to leave. And who's more dedicated customer than a founder? No one on the planet. That's a guarantee. So we are building something initially not out to get anyone. But once you stamp value, technology, and AI, you are off the chart. You're off the hook. There's nobody compared to. Is it going to hurt them in day one, day two? No, not really. And because they're arrogant, they don't care. We're number one. What do we care? We're Google. Okay. But the day will come when people go to Unpassive and Mr. Mufar does not have to pay a dime for marketing. Not a dime. Ernest, it'll come one day that they'll ask you in your back office, Nike wants to do a promotion and put a small square box on your webpage. Do you care? If you're thinking straight, you'll say, no, I don't care. Now your page is going out anyway. But what is that now? Now you're advertising for you and for Nike. And guess what? Nike's going to pay you. Why? They know they're getting visitors. It's not a guess. I'm going to give this example. This is fact. My granddaughter's here right now. She gave me her iPad. It's a little kid's iPad. The advertisement is Chevy trucks. I don't know anybody here that's got children 2 years old or grandchildren 2 years old. I hope to God they're not driving a Chevy truck. But guess what? Every time that little kid clicks on that ad just for fun, Chevy's paying for it. Now, what is Chevy going to do when they find out they can have targeted traffic inside on passive? That the person that clicks on guaranteed is looking at Chevy trucks. Guaranteed. Because not only are we going after targeted traffic, we will also be the targeted traffic. And I know I'm going way farther than I need to, but I drank a lot of coffee today and I am freaking primed up. But that's the point. There's so much more than meets the eye. You can look at whatever you want to look at and then add twice as much, 1,000 as much. It's unlimited. Google is great. It's phenomenal. It wouldn't make the pimple on Unpassive's butt in about 5 years. But we're not comparing them to them. It's not like a competition. Ashton's going to do an offer. Do you want this or do you want that? And I think the offer will be clear and everybody will go for what the best deal, the best value.
Let me just add to what Marty's saying here, Sister Fumi, if you don't mind, just to add, Ernest.
Yes.
Let's use Facebook as an example. And I hate Facebook. Believe me, I don't like Facebook. But let's just use Facebook as an example, okay? As far as the traffic is concerned, do you realize there's a lot of people making a living, and there are people making 7 figures a month just on Facebook traffic alone? Okay, so that's what we're going to be in Unpassive.
I know some.
Okay, but the thing is, there's a difference. There's one little difference. There's only one difference. Facebook has targeted traffic, targeting a certain group, but Unpassive has guaranteed targeted traffic that's looking for exactly what you have. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, that's about all I wanted to say. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Brad Matty. Thank you very much, Brad Tony. That has fired. If you're not fired up, I don't know what else to say to you. I'm telling you. Thank you very much for that contribution. That was really, really well explained and went well thought out. I hope that is satisfactory, Brother Ernest.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Sister Gladys. Yes, Sister.
Before you go on, I think you're missing a couple people that were waiting initially. Probably you don't see them.
I can't see them at all.
Yeah. One of them is Deborah Ruel. She lowered her hand, but let's go ahead and unmute her because she's been patiently waiting. Let me find her.
Okay.
Deborra.
I couldn't
She
find
was
them.
yeah, I know you can't see. That's why I figured I'd say something. Hold on, let me see if I can find Deborah. Did she raise her hand again?
I found her, Lynn. I just unmuted her.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Deborah. Thanks for your patience. And after that will be Newton. He's the second one that's been waiting. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Please do ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Go ahead, we can hear you now. Just
Yes.
speak.
Yeah.
She keeps on unmuting herself. She keeps muting herself.
Can we please not advertise anything that is not on passive in the chat box, please? Thank you.
We might as well. Okay, there she
Yes,
is.
someone. Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Deborah there? There she goes. Her hand is
Okay.
up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and click the button one time. Oh, she's unmuted. Go ahead and speak, Deborah. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't see you.
I think she's having difficulty with her volume because she is unmuted, but there's no sound coming. Deborah, while you work on that, we'll go ahead to Newton while we wait for Deborah to figure it out. Is that okay?
Yes, please. Whose background has that noise?
Go ahead, Newton.
Yes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. I'm Newton. Forgive me, I came in very late, so I don't know what you have discussed today, but I have something that I want to ask about. Forgive me if it's outside of today's topics. I saw a video clip a few days ago that the CEO was in Boston. They were putting out this old stuff. They were launching the old stuff. I don't know exactly the date that it was, but I saw the video clip on YouTube a few days ago. So I want to find out, so is old stuff ready now? We can start showing to potential customers? That's my question. Thank you.
Who wants to go for that?
I'll answer that. Old Staff was the presentation of Old Staff was a few months ago now. It was a while back. Old Staff is one of the products that's going to come out in August.
In August?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to still stand by, hold on yet.
We still have to hold on to until August, yes. But it'll be it's going to be going out to the market in August. So it's going to be one of the products that's going to be sold, and and then the people that are going to be buying that product will be coming in from one of us, one of the founders.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Through one of our links. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. So is that answer satisfactory? Do you have any other questions?
Very satisfactory, Madam.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you. Sister Gladys. Did I miss anybody? Sister Anteline, did I miss anybody else?
Yes. It's Hey Sajib Munir is next.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Sorry, Sister Gladys, because I can't see everyone that had their hands up prior to.
You can unmute Hey Sajib Munir. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
It's Sajib Munir. I'm from Bangladesh. Hey, I'm a crazy on Pacifian, and here is on Pacifian family. Really lovely on Pacifian family. Hey. Really, I'm always happy to myself and enjoy the process. And this is called on passive. Okay. So here is a lot of leaders and a lot of suitable men and women. Really, I'm always proud of my last beauty of on passive. So I have a two questions.
Okay.
In one question, I'm proud of Bangladesh, and I am a proud of Bangladesh founder of on passive. So I have one question. What's the condition right now in our Bangladesh office? Already our honorable CEO, Mr. Ashmufar, is saying is already running work. And second question is, we have no legal documents in our hand. We are show our Bangladesh government administration people. That means police or legal authority. I have no documents, but we are just say our near country is India. He have a lot of legal papers, but Bangladesh people, you know, I am a leader. I have a 700 people in my team. Everyone say me, where is our legal paper? So thank you, Lynn, and thank you. Here is our big brother, Marty Digamo, and of course, our silent hero is Bill Mast. Thank you, everyone.
Sajim, if I can get you right there, the first question there is that you're asking as relating to, because I didn't get that very well. You're asking whether the Bangladesh office is running up and running. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
You
okay.
got it.
And okay, and then your second question that has to do with legitimate papers, what is that relating to? Is that as relating to your unpassive positions as a founder or what?
Yes, I have a on passive position. That means
Okay.
I have documents in my invoice, my NDA. But
Okay.
when somebody asked me where is our on passive documents, it's
Okay.
a Bangladesh legal papers.
Okay, okay, I understand your question now. I understand
Yeah.
your question. Okay, so who wants to go for that? The second question, I will tell you, the first question is easy to understand. So who wants to go for that? Brad, who wants to go for that? Brad?
I'll try to answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask a question. Can you purchase an Apple phone in Bangladesh or no?
Yes.
Did you get the proper documents to do that?
Yes, I have a proper documents in my NDA invoice.
You have documents from Apple to buy that phone?
Yes, I have.
No, you don't. Not to be rude, but you don't. Listen, you don't need documents to prove that Unpassive is Unpassive. It's a global company. If they want to know about, why would you need, I don't have documents on Nike, but I buy Nike shoes. There's no reason to have documents. It doesn't make sense. For what? What do you need it for? I don't understand why you need documents for.
Let me know. I need my ice pack from my thing. It's stinging a little bit. I don't know what I did with it.
You don't have documents on any other company you buy stuff from. There's no reason to have documents. If they want to research Unpassive, you tell them to go look up Unpassive, go to the website. It shows all their offices. They can call the office. They can do whatever they want. But I don't think Unpassive is going to get into the business of giving everybody paperwork to prove they're alive. That would be foolish. And there's got to be another reason why you would want the documents to prove that Unpassive is Unpassive. It just doesn't make sense to me. I just can't imagine, okay, let me get the paperwork. 1,500,000 people. I'm in this country, I need proof. No, you don't need proof, it's there. You don't need proof. You know it's real. Why would anybody need proof? I don't understand that.
Please don't mistake me. I know the Unpassive is a LLC company, and it's an IT company, no doubt. So somebody just tell me, actually, Bengali people are not available to learn IT. We're just prove our Bangladeshi system.
Are people asking you for documents?
Yes.
Government people or just people?
Government people are Unpassive founder. Always say.
What he's saying is that founders in Bangladesh are asking him, I think probably people in his team and also the Bangladesh government.
Well, tell whoever's asking for documents, they're not founders. So move on to the next person. If your government wants to know if on passive is legal, they could look it up just like any other company in Bangladesh.
Yes, they have a directory.
They have a directory. They could find out if it's real or not real. I would not go out. I would, if Nike called me and said, Marty, can you prove that we're, no, I wouldn't do it. It's unnecessary. You're going after something that you don't need to do. Tell them if they want to know, look it up. But some people ask for that for some kind of proof because they don't believe. Even if you got the proof, they're going to say to you, well, I don't think that's real. If you go down that rabbit hole, it'll never be good enough. It's real. You believe it's real, get in. If you don't, goodbye. Move on to the next person.
Let me just add to that too, Marty. There's no need to prove whether OnPassive exists or not because the founder position is closed. Who are you recruiting to? It doesn't matter.
No, it's the
because
founders,
once we go into activation, mode, the company is going to be working for you. They're going to be bringing in the traffic for you. You're not promoting OnPassive. I understand that maybe some of the founders are asking, but if they're asking, they have a scarcity mentality. And if they want a refund, great, get a refund and move on. Just like Marty said, just move on. Don't worry about it. There's always going to be people out there that are going to be skeptical. And that's okay. That's part of business. Thank you.
Let me also add something there. Let me also add something for me. When you want to go get a Gmail account, when you go online to create a Gmail account, do they ask that you want to know if Google is legitimate? When you go to Yahoo that you want to go and get a Yahoo account, do they ask you if that you should prove that Yahoo is legitimate? Why should they ask for OnPassive that question? For me,
that's my point.
That is no way to even go there. I think for me, this question is, I don't use any word, please, because I'm just losing it here. Because when you go to WhatsApp, we all use WhatsApp. When you go use WhatsApp, you download WhatsApp to go to your app. Do they ask you that question? So for me, I think we should not waste our time to answer this question because founder position, like Tony said, is close.
If I go to Starbucks, for example, and I ask for a coffee, I'm not going to say, please, can I see your documentation to see whether you exist or not? That's foolish, right? So just move on. Yeah, just move on.
Please, just move on.
Okay, so Brad Sajid, please tell the founders that are in your team that we use any legal documentation for them so that they don't put you in unneeded trouble. And if the Bangladesh government wants to know whether OnPassive as a company is a legitimate company, they can actually go to their directory of companies and they will check it up themselves. So please don't entertain such questions. For founders, they can go to their back offices, your receipt, as an invoice or receipt, and your NDA is a good legal, what do you call it, documentation between yourself and the company. So I think that will be it. I hope that is satisfactory and you understand what has been said, please, Brother Sajid.
Yes. Thank you, William.
Okay,
I am excited. Thank you, everyone.
Let me just make one more very quick point.
Okay, just
OnPassive will not be able to make payments to people in Bangladesh without being legitimate. So,
exactly.
Mr. Sajid should just, if people are coming and asking those kinds of questions, he should just, refer them if they feel skeptical. They can just make a request for a refund. Fortunately, the founder is a man who, up until now, if you want a refund, they'll give it to you. But OnPassive is going to be making payments to people in Bangladesh. That should just tell Sajid that this is a very, very legitimate company. So you shouldn't bother yourself with people like that.
Okay.
Can I just say something?
Okay,
are these guys actually founders that are asking you this question?
Rashagib?
Yes.
Are the questions that Andy is asking you, these people, are they founders asking you for this documentation? Are they founders? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I guarantee that those people have not got engaged. They're not watching webinars. They're not listening to what's going on. they're not finding out from their leaders what's going on, because they simply wouldn't ask this question if they were engaged and they were understanding what's happening, and they've got someone that they can talk to in their language if they don't speak English. So first port of call, send them straight back. If they're in your team and they're asking you, then you go upline.
Okay.
Yeah, that get them information is basically what's happening. They're left out in the cold by all accounts, and they need to. There's lots and lots of Indian webinars. I don't know what's being said because I don't understand the language, I'm afraid, but they're simply not engaged.
So you need to share videos or YouTube channels or videos that have been made, whether in their language, for them to have an understanding, because apparently they are not in tune with what is happening. So
yeah, the problem is it's a belief factor, not an actual factor. If they don't believe, if they believe, they wouldn't ask. That's all it is. I've seen it for 3.5 years. They don't believe, so they're looking for proof. Listen, I had somebody say I don't believe, and they saw that we have 2 floors in the Burj Khalifa, and I said, yeah, but maybe that's not real. All right, now you go to the point where, okay, fight me and I'll see you in my next life, because it doesn't matter. You're not going to satisfy those people. Never, ever. Don't even try. Don't even try.
Okay.
Yeah, let me say something, Stafumi, before.
Okay.
Stafumi, let me say something before we move on. I always say this most of the webinar, if you don't believe as a founder, you become a customer. And when you become a customer, you'll be forced to use the product, whether you like it or not. There is something on passive you will use. We are using Google today. Nobody has been in Africa and said, is Google legitimate or not? Nobody has asked that. But you go because you need a search engine optimization to search and do your thesis or do maybe your homework on anything you want to buy. Nobody have asked about Amazon. Is Google don't even have an office in Cameroon, where I was born. They don't have an office in Africa. Maybe in Johannesburg they have it. But people use it. Apple don't have nothing in Africa. I'm talking maybe Bangladesh. I don't know if you have it. What happened? People are dying for Apple phone. Do you go to the store and say, I want you to show me your document before I buy your phone? You know what I always said, my brother? Don't waste your time. You know what? Tell them they can ask for a refund, as Madi always said. They will become a customer because we want billions of customers to come. We want billions of resellers to come. Founder is just it's a gift. It's a gift. And if they don't believe it, they should become a reseller and they will use it, because we have marketplace. Everybody will want to buy something online. Everybody will want to use OPA because you want to reach your grandma in your village or maybe in the hinterlands. There are a lot of products. We can go mail, they will use it. And nobody will question you anymore. And they will regret for losing that position as a founder. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, Brother Collins. Thank you, Brother Matty, and thank you, Brother Tony, for that. Sister Gladys, thank you for being patient. Over to you. Unmute yourself and make contribution or ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Fumi, and all the leaders on, and thank you, everybody. Some questions are just, a cause for laughter, because I think also our CEO made himself susceptible to these questions because he decided to be honest and to make us real partners in this business. And he shared so much about the process. Otherwise, probably some of these questions could not be there. Regarding an office, asking if there is an office in Bangladesh. One thing we need to remember as founders is that the office is for the employees. It's not for us really founders to go sit in there. Number two, many people work virtually, they work online. We have a main office in Bangladesh, in Hyderabad. We have an office in the US. So people can be hired to work from anywhere. But for us founders, we know we are in a legit business. All that I can ask my co-founder there who is being asked that question is also to be careful, to be vigilant. Could those be founders who were probably kicked out for one reason or another for not doing the right thing, and now they are trying to find information? On that part, I'm done. I just wanted to add that. But also to the founders, my fellow Pacifians who are here, to the believers and non-believers, let's ask ourselves, The major billionaires that we have now, like Jeff Bezos, Michael Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, how many products did they have? If you don't see where we are now, see the potential that we have. We have so many products that if one doesn't do well, it will be put on pause and be worked on, be updated as we continue with the rest. Just to see the potential if you can't see where we are now. That's all I just wanted to add. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Gladys, for that. Thank you very much for that awesome
Funmi,
contribution.
just to
Yes.
make sure you know that Ibrahim is next.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ibrahim, unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Thank you, Anteline.
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. Just to add to what the other sister said, we are, as the way our old tech will be saying, we have about 52 products, much one product like that, and yet you are still doubting what a passive can do for you. So if some people are just asking questions like that, it beats my imagination. But my main question is to Mr. Tony Monk, where he said that the old staff will be launched by August, which means before the launch the old staff, they will have given us the opportunity to create our own domain before the launch. That's my question. Thank you very much.
So, Andy, Tony, sorry, not
Sorry,
Bra.
what was the question?
At the end of the day,
he was asking.
Oh, Andy knows. Okay, I'll let
the process has to go along the lines of the fact that first of all we have to have a wallet to be able to get paid, right? That's imperative that's dealt with. So all of these things have got to be sorted out before we actually get going. So wallet first. Yes, a domain name will be registered for you. We also have to stop the pending founders coming in, so that's got to be done first. The database is going to be settled, so let that settle. So we're going to have 9 products by the end of August at the worst case, and another 3 in September. By that time, bearing in mind there are 1.4 million odd founders, we have to go through the process of getting our wallet sorted and doing our KYC, our Know Your Customer. Now, with 1.4 million people, that's going to be delayed. But as Marty's pointed out on a number of occasions before, when there's money in someone's wallet, they're going to bloody well do it, and they're going to do it very quickly. But that's on the list. Your domain name's on the list. You won't get left behind. Everything will be done in the correct order that needs to be done and when it needs to be done. Okay?
Yeah, I want to add something too to what Andy said.
Yes, Bramati.
For the company to market for you, they do not need your domain name. If they waited for everybody to get a domain name, we wouldn't launch until 2027, okay? But you see how slow people are now. What they do is they're going to take your link, we all have our own link. There'll be a link for each product. There'll be a link for everything that's going to be an unpassive. They put it in a rotator, maybe many, many rotators. When your link comes up, they pay. Later on, when you get your domain, when they pay, they'll bring them to a site. The site will show them your domain name. They're not going to be rotating domain names. You can't. They rotate links. In the meantime, I believe they will start selling products before they ever ask for any money. Knowing unpassive, I believe that's what's going to happen. And then, like Andy said, they've got 6 merchants already lined up, I believe. Now you got to get them, set up in each country and all that. That's been going on for months and months and months. You do your KYC, you could take out whatever commission you get. But don't worry, because there's no way 1 million people are going to get a domain name in 3 or 4 weeks. It's not going to happen. Domains will come down the pike later on, where you'll start promoting who you are. But promoting for you, they don't need that. They just need a link, and everybody's going to have their own link. They put all these links in a rotator. I have a rotator now, unlimited. They're easy. Put everybody's link in, you set it out, people click on it, next person, click, next, click, pay, click, not pay, click, not pay. But everybody that pays or not pays are putting their name and email in. Guess what? They're locked to you forever. It's genius. But don't worry about domains. You don't have to run and go do a domain. I got people asking me this. There is a pattern to this, but remember, it's fluid. It's changing all the time. But for them to start promoting, they need nothing from us. Nothing. And when they say the wallet's ready, you go in, you do your KYC, boom, collect your money, and you're off to the races. But it'll all be in order. Nobody's going to be left behind. I have the same questions, not just you. Hundreds of people write me, oh my God, how are they going to promote for me? I didn't give them a domain. They don't need your domain. They're going to have everybody's link. They have all of that. Everybody. There'll be thousands of links. Thousands. Hundreds to each one of you, by the way. If you take each product, each page. So we're in really good hands. All we got to do is sit back and one day goes, okay, we started. You start seeing commissions in your back office. It tells you where they came from, whether it's from a team effort or from you. And that's it. That's it. And then later on, you'll say, okay, the domain system is up. Go in there and pick a domain. You give them, you say, I want to pick bigmarty.com. Sorry, that's not available. Then they will say, you can have bigmarty101.com. You can have bigmarty.net. You can have they give you options. Sometimes you don't get what you want. I would not pick my name. I pick something short. I have domains that I'm going to transfer over. But yeah, just pick a domain that sounds unique. And when they ask you, but that has nothing to do with them going forward. Nothing. When Ash is ready, which they're doing right now, to start selling packages as they become ready. Now, the other thing is we were told there'll be 12 by the end of August. That doesn't mean we start in August. I would not be surprised if we start selling products in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Because as a package is ready, they can start selling it. The packages alone are multi-unicorn companies. Remember that. And think about how Ash is going to do this. He did a comparison with Apple many, many times in the last 5 weeks. Apple has a brand name. Everybody knows they are a superior brand company. If Apple came out with a 72-inch TV, could they sell it? People trip over themselves to get it and wouldn't even ask what it cost. Why? Because the brand is superb in quality. Same thing in Unpassive. Unpassive will come out with a package today, and 5 years from now, they'll come out with another package. The difference will be there'll be a billion people say, oh, I want that. Now, I don't know about you, but I think incomes could increase in a big time, like in one day. Just think ahead. Think how things are moving. He's not going to rely on founders to get everything ready. And like Andy said, when money hits their wallet, IQs will increase 50%. That's my take on it. Because some people can't log in. They look and see money, they'll turn into Einstein. Trust me.
Let me just add to that, Sister Fumi. I want to add something.
Thank you, Brahmati.
Sister Fumi, I want to add something important. And
Okay.
I get questions like this. And I just want to make this clear. For one thing, let's share these webinars with as many team members as we can. So that way everybody's on the same page. I get questions like, for example, when all stuff comes out, I don't know what to do. We're going to have a video that's going to show us what to do because I don't know how to log in and I don't know what to do with it. I'm not using most of the products, by the way, as a founding member. The only product I'm probably going to be using is OConnect, like this Zoom thing here, right? That's pretty much it. And maybe just buy extra traffic. It's an automated system. These products that we have are being sold under you as an automated system. They're going to be sold to other people. You don't need to know how to use them. And when the tech pros come out and they explain the products, they're just they're just giving you an education of the importance of what we have here. That's all it is. You don't need to know how to go log into OSTAF or log into other products. It's not necessary. If you're not going to use it, you don't need to know how to use it. You don't need to know anything about it because it's an automated system, okay? So just make that clear and pass that on to your teams, because there's a lot of people confused thinking that they need to know how to use the products, and they're all getting anxiety attacks as a result of it. So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Brother Andy. Thank you, Brother Matty. Thank you, Brother Tony. That you don't want to be anxious about anything. If you don't know how to use it and cannot use it or don't need it, you don't need to know how to use it. If you're wanting to know about it, go to the website. It will tell you what the product is all about. Thank you very much. Yes.
I'm so sorry, I can't help myself. But
yeah, no problem.
Listen to this for a minute. I want to make something else clear, because you have a big crowd here and a lot of people are starting to come to this webinar.
Yeah.
Main reason it's one of the best on the internet. The second thing is I want to say, keep in mind, Ash made it very clear, well, as clear as he can. He's got a computer brain, but he made it clear as he can that you can come in for many different levels. In fact, for people that don't have the money, they can get in at the smallest package possible and they're in. They're off to the races. Here's the difference. And I'm going to give you an example because I don't know the numbers. Okay, let's say that package number 1 is $50 a month. You can pay 50, you're in. If your team or someone from the automated marketing or from somebody's effort under you, or even from you, you bring in somebody that buys package number 2 for $200. You get the commission on both, but you can't withdraw package number 2 value until you own it. Now, here's the beauty of it. It sits in your wallet until you have enough to pay for it. It doesn't bypass you and go to the next person. So it's there so that when you have enough, you buy package number 2. When you buy package number 2, think about this for a minute. Next time package number 1 comes, next time you get a resale on package number 2, you get the commission and you can keep it. But what I'm going to do, I have a few accounts. I'm going to take my first account. I'm all in. I don't care what it costs. My other accounts, I might go in at the lower value. As they grow organically, I take those commissions that I can't spend and upgrade to the next value. Once you own it, you can receive money from it. Either way, you can receive the money, you just can't have it. So if package number 2 comes in, you get to see an extra $100 in there, but you might need $150 to pay for the package. You're going to need another sale. So here's the long run. To make a long story short, somebody can come in for free, share the business with a lot of people, and they come in and go all in. All that money goes into your wallet. You can use that wallet money to upgrade so that now you're in. It doesn't bypass you. Most companies in MLM, if you don't have the money or you're not at that package, it bypasses you to the guy above you or the woman above you who's all in. Ash made it so that you keep the money as long as it takes until you have enough to buy the next package. So nobody's left behind. He did that on purpose. It's a big, big deal for countries that just can't come up with $200 or $300. So you get to get in, you're in. So it's a beautiful thing.
I have to agree with Marty because I've been in this for a long, long time. And everything that's on a higher level always goes up to your sponsor. So what Marty is saying is that if you go in on the low one, on the $50 level, right, and somebody else comes in under you on the $200 level, that money is yours. It stays in your account. It doesn't move anywhere. And the thing is, when that account accumulates enough money, you can actually buy that. You can get to that level, that $200 level, with the commissions, with your commissions. So nothing comes out of your pocket. It's a beautiful thing, believe me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother Tony. Thank you very much, Brother Matty, for that. I love that explanation. Let's go back to those who have their hands up. Ragio, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yes. Good evening to everyone. Good afternoon, good morning. I'm Gio in Italy, Rome, and I'm happy to be here. And today is another massive information. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. And thanks to Mr. Ash and his family. God bless him and everyone, all the leaders here. We appreciate what you are doing. And as I called you guys, the unpassive disciples, and I call Mr. Ash the prophet of unpassive. So this is me. And sorry for my camera because I had a crash, and I'm just waiting for unpassive laptop, then I change it. So I start from Mr. Sajib, because I think I had a similar situation with my team members, and they kept on asking me that, okay, Gio, because for them, it's like not everyone is, sorry to say, up to our standard. So it's difficult for them to understand. So they are curious to ask some questions, and we have to be patient as answering them. So they asked me, yeah, you said always unpassive is our business, and we have to take hold of it. It's everything is legal everywhere, and we will be paying taxes here. So we have to see something like, would we be having some card or something to show that we are unpassivians, we are owing like something. So I tell them just yes, because for now, all what you have is your NDA forms and your receipt of payments that you have, as Sister Fumi said. So I told them now, everything that you see, that you signed, everything is in your back office, and you have nothing else but that one. Maybe later in the future, maybe Mr. Ash will say, okay, all unpassivians will have something like this, meaning that you are a founder, like a staker or something for that one. So we have to be patient. That was some months ago. So that was maybe something maybe can help, because I think it's the language barrier, how he can explain better to us how the question was. And I think this is my experience that I experienced before. So this is what I have. And my second is about Mr. Ernest. He said something, he mentioned something that my members asked, and that was the AMV or the OMV, the overmarket value products, that is the 9. So as he was asking, I think the latter part, he said something about the wallet, because you cannot market and like, let's say the apples are coming and you don't have your wallet. So I just want to ask if there is some information about that, because I think definitely we have to have the wallet before we can get paid. So that's
I know Brother Andy just said some things, but if there is going to be any information about the wallet, it's going to be in your back office. So stay tuned to the back office.
And let me just say this, Sister Fumi, just to add to that, you can actually have money in your back office without your wallet being connected to the KYC. You just can't withdraw it until you do the KYC. Back to you, Sister Fumi.
Okay, thank you. So Radio, just tell your team members to keep their eyes on the back office. They should stay tuned to the back office. Every day they need to log in. That is where you're going to know what the processing is going to be, or what the logistic is going to be, as to what we're supposed to do as founders, or where we're going as founders. And please let them connect to the round table on Mondays as well. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope that answer is satisfactory as related to the wallet.
Just a little about, I know that Mr. Q&A is not here.
Okay.
And some information or some words to him, because he was coming to Italy. I didn't know, otherwise I could have met him, get in touch, because I just saw that, oh, was going. I could have skipped work and get to him. But or when someone is coming over, he can just get in touch, because in Italy, I think we don't have much founders, and we are trying to collect all the founders together, and see if we can get a bigger team. So thank you, and my respect to you all, the leaders. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Raju. Thank you. Thank you. Let me lower the hand. I'm going to take the last 3 hands that are up, and that will be it. We're going to wrap it up for the night. So, Bra Akram, please, I hope your question is well related to this, and please, you need to be snappy about it, just about 2 seconds for any other question that you have. But Akram, unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Hello, Brother Akram. Oh, I can't see him. Okay, Sister Patricia, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all around the world. I don't have a question, but as Mr. Ash and Marty has been telling me to step out and share on a live, as the webinar was going on, I've been making some notes for doing a video for myself. And today is Sunday, and it's a worship day for me. So may I share a few things that what I received from the Lord and what I received from the webinar today?
No, please. I don't have a lot of time for that. You can share maybe one item that you received from the webinar today, please. Okay. We are really behind time. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
My
Just
name is
one.
Pat Parent, and
Okay.
I'm your
One
friend.
thing. Okay.
Loving authority. Mr. Ash gives us all the authority to do what we need to do. And he gives us the grace, the guidance, the strength. And I believe with targeted traffic that he is going to lead us all to success. But I wish I could say more, but I'll leave it there for today. I'll put it in a video. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you. Thank you. So, Brother Akram, I hope your question is just one. I will ask you to unmute yourself. Please, do you have, I hope the question is related to today's presentation.
Thank you so much, Olufan Williams, and give me another chance to tell.
Yeah, you have just
yes,
about
I actually,
seconds.
you know that as a Bangladeshi, I am also Bangladeshi, and I'm also the community leader of Bangladesh, and here is also Shojib Moniri also requested to me to clear his perception. So I'd like to thanks to all the participants again. And actually, you know that I had also a great experience about this, and this type of question I also heard, but it is also covered by Marty and also Oliver. They have covered so much. It was enough. I am thinking that. But I would like to say that one thing is that you know that Bangladesh is the third largest founders country in the world. So there have it has become one by one. It has been increasing. That moment it is the 70,000 to 90,000 or over foundership in Bangladesh. So now that is I have given one example to all the Bangladeshi also. Many of Bangladeshi also participated to this webinar here. So you know that during the COVID-19 sessions, there are all the schools, colleges, everywhere where they stop, and there have education, everything was running there by the Zoom. Every student participated their educational program through the Zoom. So our schools administration and also our many organizations, they have purchased the Zoom. They have Zoom purchase from the through the internet, and they paid the payment by credit card, and this way they have payment. So Zoom have no office in Bangladesh also. So there have, this is the digital tools also. And on-passive product is also the as a digital tools. So I also many times I also talk with the bank authority. I will buy digital tool. They have any problem? They have said that you have right to purchase the digital tool from the e-commerce site. No problem. So that's why I would. This is there have no. I think from my side I didn't get any bad experience. So at the second stage, maybe Shojib Monir also he is guessing or he's thinking that in the when our launching period that subscription fee that will be the $300 or less or more it will be. So that time our we have to pay subscription fee this amount. So that moment at a time you see that moment if our foundership in Bangladesh 90,000 people, so when they will pay at a time $300, so if that time any from authority they ask if how you are paying that is, so that moment on passive we know very well on passive have the legal team in the whole world. So that moment if on passive support if if face or occur any situation, that moment on passive will support that is the main question actually. There I think there have no other questions. So if it is then okay, then it is okay, no problem, we can purchase a digital product, no problem there.
Thank you, Bra Akram. I want you to link up with Bra Sajib so that you explain to him, you know, what you've just said, that you know, both of you should link up with each other since you're from Bangladesh as well, so that you help him to have a better understanding of how to explain in your language to the founders as well. And for starters, don't forget what Bra Mati says. It's if we are operating in 196 countries, then that means we are legally present in that country as a company. So if any of them are in doubt, then they can check the Bangladeshi business directory for businesses in Bangladesh. Thank you very much for your contribution, Bra Akram. Thank you very much. Please link up with us.
Do you mind if I just add a little bit here? I just want to make it quick. I understand.
Okay.
Pardon? Yeah, I understand.
Just a little bit. A little bit.
I want to get out of here, but like Asha said before, we're not interested in quantity. The numbers don't impress him. You can have 500,000 founders in some country. He doesn't care. What he cares about is quality. We're looking for quality founders, not number. Not the numbers don't mean anything. And I understand what you're saying, and it's you know, it's a big number. But how many quality founders do you have in that 90,000? How many quality founders do we have in 1.4 million founders? You see what I'm saying? The quality is what Ash is looking for, not the quantity. The quantity means nothing. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Thank you, Sister Fumi.
Thank you, Bratton. So whose hand is up? The last hand there, please. Can you find the last hand for me? There's one hand up, which is the last.
Birgit, sure. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Birgit.
Okay.
You'll be the last commenter. Go ahead, Birgit.
Yeah. Am I on now?
Yes, you are. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. I just jumped in now. I have been out walking with my dog, and I just jumped into this, and I don't know if the question is but I ask it still. It is about I have an email and a password, and I try to change the password, but when I
hold on, Bridget. We're not taking questions, support questions. If you take it to the round table tomorrow, please.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
Yes. Go to the
that is good.
table. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry,
thank you. Thank you.
But you are so good. You are so beautiful.
Thank you. So if you catch up on what we've said, please, the replay will be in the back office. You can catch up on it and then log into or subscribe to some of the YouTube channels that have this on as well, but the recording will be in the back office. So I'm going to hand over back to you, Anteline. Thank you very much, everyone, all the leaders, all the Eslibra, Mati, everyone, all the leaders, all the OTEC pros, Anteline, Mr. Gladys, everyone that is here, all our leaders, all our founders, all our guests. Thank you very much for making it today. And next Sunday is another time, but please don't forget the round table tomorrow. Don't forget the round table tomorrow. Back to you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you very much.
Auntie Lynn,
Thank
I don't
you.
have a hand to raise. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I couldn't raise my hand, dear. I'm so sorry. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. And I love you all as well. I just want to say hi and thank you so much.
Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Funmi, for doing a great job of moderating. Thank you to Marty for being here. You have a very busy life on Sunday, but you squeezed us in, and we appreciate you for that. We don't ever take you for granted. Thank you to all of the co-hosts. These are the leaders of this webinar. And it takes work to coordinate and run a webinar. And today, I'd like to make special mention of the people that we, the leadership, are grateful for, because they have helped us to do a little bit extra in terms of promoting this webinar. And it's a system that I think is going to work for us. The more people that help promote, the better, rather than just a handful of us. So today I am acknowledging these people. Marcienne Hemabu, she's promoting in social media everywhere. Every week she does this for us. I want to thank Sampat Patel and his team. He has posted in over 100 Facebook groups to promote our webinar. You know what a lot of work that is. He also promotes in WhatsApp and Telegram. Thank you, Sampat Patel. Even during this webinar, he has been promoting us. So I appreciate you so much for your dedication to our Heroes webinar. Thank you to Gladys Nyaboro. She's also been helping promote. John Barilla, Listra Tuak, Myra Aquino, Gifty Safoa, Bhupender Singh, and Tony Monk. There may be a few more that I missed, and if I did, I apologize, but I want to develop this system where we are actually helping one another to promote this webinar on social media. It's really important. This is how we're going to get the word out. We do post in the back office, but it's only founders that see these posts, right? So we want to have more eyes seeing this webinar. It is a public webinar. It's being streamed on YouTube, so you can probably see the recording on a number of the YouTube channels, so you can share, tell people that didn't make it today to watch the recordings. They'll be on YouTube on various channels, all right? So let's spread the good news of this webinar. I think we provide valuable content. We had over 400 people attending today. I think that's one of the highest numbers we have had, and people stayed to the very end. We had 300 something for the longest time. This indicates to us that people are here and they're staying because they're getting something out of it. So please join us next week, Sunday. We'll be here again with more valuable content, and please tell others about it. Have them come. We want the more, the better. The more educated people are, the company benefits, Ash Mufara benefits, and we all benefit. So at this time, I would like to have an unmute of everybody. We'll go to the gallery. Here is the gallery. And everyone can say bye-bye to each other. Thank you again.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye, each other.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Everyone,
I'll see you
thank
at
you
the
so
meeting.
much.
Bye. Thank you,
Everyone,
Lynn.
bye.
I'll
Next
send you the link.
Sunday.
Webinar. Thank you.
Okay, my
Bless you all.
Good day.
See you on top.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
You are really, you are really wanted to do Roger proof.
Bye.
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 Great webinar.
Bye. Thank you so much,
Bye,
Lynn.
everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Don't forget round
Everyone.
tomorrow.